Rick Baldwin will have the call, but first we will hand things off upstairs to PA address announcer Beasley.
What's going on, everybody? John out here with you. This should be a humongous game, and if it's half as good as the one we got about 12 days ago, then we're all going to be in for a treat. John out here with you on the play-by-play side. May or may not be joined by Cooper Hopkins tonight for this rematch in between the Rangers and the Flames that we had, but we will wait and see if that happens. Hopefully he can join in at least for a couple periods, and we can partake in this. So, starting lineup for the New York Rangers, head coached by Gerard Gallant. They are 33-14-8. They are third in the Metro. It's Mika Zibanejad, Chris Kreider, and Vladimir Tarasenko. It's the first time we get to watch him tonight on his new team with Ryan Lindgren and Adam Fox. Vincent Trocheck, Artemi Panarin with Jimmy Vesey, Keandre Miller, and Jacob Trouba on that familiar second-line defense. It's Filipino, Alexei Lafreniere, and Capo Caco. The kid line stays on the third line with Jake Leschyshyn, Barclay Goodrow, and Julien Gauthier. It's Nico Mikkola and Braden Schneider on the third-line defense for New York. Yaroslav Halak should be getting the start tonight on the back-to-back. And for the Calgary Flames, head coached by Darryl Sutter, they're 25-19-11. They're fifth in the Pacific, just outside of wild card number 2. Here's the lineup tonight. It's Adam Ruzicka, Dillon Dube, Tyler Toffoli, with Noah Hannafin and Rasmus Andersson. Nazem Kadri, Jacob Peltier, Jonathan Huberdeau with Mackenzie Weegar and Chris Tanev. Mikael Backlund, Andrew Mangiapane, and Blake Coleman. With Trevor Lewis, Milan Lucic, Brett Ritchie, Nikita Zadorov, and Michael Stone will be on the defensive pairing for line 3, with Jacob Markstrom getting the start in net tonight for the Flames. So as we go on between both the American and Canadian national anthems, since we last covered the New York Rangers, when we did the Rangers and the Flames, they have won 6 in a row. Since then, it's 7 in a row straight. And here's the thing you got to know. So for Artemi Panarin, got 18 goals, 46 assists. Mika Zibanejad, 30 goals, 30 assists. Why is that important? Because just in the span of 6 games since we covered them, Artemi Panarin picked up 14 points in 6 games, and Mika Zibanejad 11 points in 6 games. Chris Kreider's scoring as well. Everybody's picking up points right now for the Rangers. And for the Calgary Flames, it's kind of been the same old song and dance that we know about. They're 1-2-2 since the All-Star break. In our second intermission in the last game we did with the Red Wings on Thursday, we talked about the hellish upcoming schedule for Calgary and the need to bank points. That might start right now. They end up getting a hard-fought point in the 5-4 loss in OT. That was one of the best games in the regular season. But if Calgary can get this win tonight without Elias Lindholm, and then you go in and you play Philadelphia and Arizona, you figure you get those, and then after that, that's what starts the difficult part of the schedule. And that's what the Flames need right now. They need points. We saw the comment from Chris Tanev before this game started. Well, you know what it's like. It's been a roller coaster season. We're good one game and we suck the next. That's pretty much what he said, and he was pretty much right on and about it. They know what's in the locker room. I'm sure Darryl Sutter lets them know about it, but it's time to put the pen to paper and start getting the job done. So Yaroslav Halak, 8-6-1, 262 goals against, 907 save percentage. He'll be in the goal like we expected for the Rangers. And Jacob Markstrom, 14-13-7, 293 goals against, 891 save percentage. He is 31 points in the save percentage away from what he was last season. If the Calgary Flames are going to get to where they want to be, they need Jacob Markstrom to get going. We understand what the Flames are as far as their roster. There aren't any players playing like superstars right now. We talked about Jonathan Huberdeau a lot of times when we've covered these games. But somebody's got to be able to break out. Somebody's got to be able to provide the support and help if the Flames want to get there. And it's going to start tonight right now in the Settle Dome against the New York Rangers. So the Flames will win the center zone faceoff when we are underway right now at the Scotiabank Settle Dome. John on here with you on the play-by-play. We're watching this one on Sportsnet on ESPN+. If Cooper Hopkins does drumming, we should be in for a good one. As the first shot from Chris Kreider is winning the catching glove of Markstrom, and they get an immediate stoppage at 19:43 left to go in first. 1-0 in favor of, I can't say the blue shirts because they're wearing the white shirts on the road with the blue elbow and the red piping all around it as Mika Zibanejad is going to get set to take the draw against Mikael Backlund. So you figure maybe Mikael Backlund's going to get a little bit more of the time, even though they have Artemi Panarin on the first line part of it. He's been the best Flame right now all season. Again, plus 17. He's done a little bit of everything right now. The longest tenured Flame, as Cooper Hopkins always likes to say. This will go back to the Rangers right now off the bank pass. It was Jacob Trouba. Now Chris Kreider trying to set this up across the Flame and see is able to stay on side with Alexei Lafreniere. The Backlund gets a piece of it. It's Mangiapane all around a couple of stick plates. Back in and scores! What a play by Mangiapane. He just stayed with it the whole way. He had no business getting off that backhand, but the first shot of the game, the Flames strike quick and they take the lead. It's not like Keandre Miller played some bad defense, but that was just a fantastic play by Andrew Mangiapane. What did we just talk about in the open? Somebody's going to be able to have to step up and make a play. And boy, oh boy, Andrew Mangiapane, just lovely work to stay and keep that alive all the way toward the right side of the crease and then somehow be able to get a back on it to beat Yaroslav a lot. And the Flames are off and running. That was a gorgeous goal. 19:22 left to go in the first as we are just underway, and Andrew Mangiapane gives the Flames a 1-0 lead and now an immediate steal. It's Huberdeau and Peltier. Now for Kadri with the one-timer, and he scores! 2 shots, 2 goals! And the Flames are certainly ready to go right now. And Gerard Gallant might already want to be thinking about using that timeout. 19:14 into the first as Nazem Kadri gets set up with the one-timer, and that was a clean shave by Kadri as well off of the recent look there. So it's Huberdeau right up the faceoff win, Peltier, and then Huberdeau drops it to Kadri right in between the circles, and within 2 shots, it's a 2-0 lead for the Calgary Flames. Well, we talked about everything that we needed to see in the open, did we not? We were kind of wondering. Again, it's a back-to-back for the Rangers. The Flames really need these points. They played a great game not even like 12 days ago against this Rangers team, although they picked up the point in overtime. They thought they could have won, but this is the start that you wanted with Yaroslav a lot in net, so they couldn't take advantage of it with Magnus Hellberg and the Red Wings, but they're certainly doing that right now. So Mangiapane, his 12th of the season from Backlund, his 25th assist, and Sportsnet's got to catch up with the rest of it because Kadri, 46 seconds from Huberdeau and Peltier. So, boy, oh boy, this is the start that the Calgary Flames wanted. And if Cooper Hopkins is listening anywhere or thereabouts, I'm sure he's happy. He might even be sending me some messages. I'll have to catch up with him as Adam Ruzicka will try to get this neutral zone draw. It's a 2-0 lead for the Calgary Flames, and we are just a minute and 10 into this contest. So Gerard Gallant, they keep showing him. Tyler Toffoli's on the right wing side right now. This is a face-off win by the Calgary Flames. Nikita Zadorov will get this across, although Dillon Dube got absolutely punished. Gallant will take his time as this rattles around the inboards, but it's stolen by Toffoli. And now the Rangers, again, we can talk about trying to get their footing. They haven't been able to get their feet wet, let alone get skating displays, because they already conceded 2 goals in less than a minute. As this one goes all the way in the catching glove, a lot from the Dube shot, and we'll do it again from the offensive zone draw. 3 shots to 1 in favor of the Flames. They already got 2 goals. Mangiapane and Kadri scored for the Flames. So this is the hell of a start that the Flames needed, and they're going to need to continue to play games like this. I'm not going to sugarcoat any of it. With the schedule and everything else that's upcoming, that's what's really in front of the Flames right now. So if they can play like this and start banking some points, as Michael Stone shot fired way wide, then they'll be just fine. But it's going to take this type of effort, especially against the Rangers, because it was a 4-1 lead yesterday for the Edmonton Oilers. The Rangers came all the way back and won that one in overtime. So Lucic trying to keep this toward the left side of the red line right now as the Flames are enjoying a 2-0 lead less than a minute into the contest. They were already up by 2 as this gets flipped all the way down for an icing. So that will go against the Rangers. They cannot change, and the Flames can continue to put on the pressure. So it's pretty much a face-off win toward the back of the pass from Huberdeau to Kadri to make it 2-0. But initially, the backhand from Andrew Mangiapane was just great effort as he got around Keandre Miller, toward the right side of the red line, and the backhanded that in for the first goal of the game. So it's been great efforts all the way across. As Decision is going to have to take the draw again. 17:54 left to go in the first. John Andre with you. We're watching this one on ESPN Plus. They got the Sportsnet feed for the Flames here, and they're at home at the Saddle Dome. They're enjoying a 2-0 lead on the Rangers as this one goes over the glass, so we might get another neutral zone draw. As we're just getting past the 2-minute mark, so Darryl Sutter's got to like what he sees right now. This hasn't really been a situation for the Flames that they're used to. They want to battle all the way through. It's a one-goal game most of the time or thereabouts. Well, they punch the Rangers right in the mouth, but the whole point of it now for the Flames is to keep on that pressure. This gets wrapped around the inboards as the Flames will try to get on it. As this is stolen there by Kadri, Backlund tried to set it up off the backhand, and now Tarasenko, as his pass gets turned over, Mangiapane got spun all the way around like a top, and this goes in through the neutral zone. Mackenzie Weegar will get in and fire this across the red line. Now with K'Andre Miller, as he tries to shovel it, but Mangiapane is right there. He gets the stick lift. It gets centered out the Backlund. He tries to knock it out of the air to Mangiapane, and Backlund will be the first to get to it now. As he puts this back toward the blue line side, as this partially gets picked up by the Rangers and flipped up by Mika Zibanejad, as Mackenzie Weegar going to have to get on his horse in his own end and settle this back up here for Calgary. So didn't really have time to say this, but Calgary is in the home reds with the gold and white piping, and they're going to go right to left in this first period. They've already been busy doing that right now with 16:50 in the first. Huberdeau is patient there for Kadri, but his one-timer got blocked in the middle of the circles, and now toward the right wing side as this gets picked off. We'll see if the Rangers have a chance. It's the bread man, Artemi Panarin. His cross pass gets deflected out of the air, but Markstrom just had to look at it as the first shot there for the Rangers goes off the left pad of the veteran goaltender and all the way down the ice. Braden Schneider and Nico Mikkola. He is the addition from the St. Louis Blues alongside with Vladimir Tarasenko now for the Rangers. So we'll get a chance to see how Tarasenko will fare in this game, although the Rangers are going to play catch-up. They're down by 2. Dillon Dube in full flight toward the forehand, and he fires it way wide toward the right side of the glass as it goes around the inboards now. Ruzicka tries to pick this back up here for Dube, and now the Rangers will get a piece of it. As this goes toward the blue line side, and there's some body contact from Nikita Zadorov, and now Toffoli. We'll get a chance to reset this thing. Here's Dube. Another quick pass. This is picked all the way around the inboards, and I see that sense of urgency from Calgary in this game like we did about 12 days ago when we first played the Rangers. I'm seeing some creative passing. I'm seeing a different-looking team each time they enter a zone. They're not trying to sit there and look for deflections, other rebounds. They're going in the middle of the circles and trying to get some shots. I think that's what's going to better help Calgary as they go forward. You can do a little bit of mix of everything, but you got to be creative when you get down the ice. Milan Lucic in full flight as he's trying to get it on Trouba. Here's a chance with a cross pass, and all that just missed the net on the other side for Toffoli. It could have been 3-0 Flames as that one just went wide of the left post. And now Lewis trying to get around with Trouba. Captaincy will collect here for the New York Rangers is Capocacco. Kid lines out there right now. He's going to leave it on the left side for Alexei Lafreniere. Now across the red, Lafreniere still gained it, so he's just going to flip right in. Christopher Tanev will go pick it up, put it around the inboards as this stays in for K'Andre Miller. And this is a break the other way for Mangiapane. He's got one. The rebound. And that one was solved by Halot too, but it's still busy in behind the net. Cross pass in front of the traffic. And the Flames keep it in. Mackenzie Weegar toward the left side of the red line as Backlund will pick this up off the forehand. He'll fire it. And it gets saved by the right pad off Halot. And now Weegar can settle this down again as he plays this across here, and Backlund will get it from Weegar. Now Mangiapane in behind the net with Blake Coleman, as this is still put back there for Mangiapane. Toward the left side of the red line, this was a dangerous shovel backhand out in front of the crease, and this will get picked up now by Tanev. Tanev will spin around as you get the Go Flames Go chant. I think everybody at the Saddle Dome has to absolutely love what they're seeing right now from the Flames. Question is, why can't they do this more? As this is picked around the right side of the wall, all the way down the ice. Noah Hannafin will get to it first, but it's not iced as it was touched by one of the Flames on the way down. Mika Zibanejad, he's dangerous and behind the office with Artemi Panarin as the Rangers just trying to get some puck possession. But you know, in New York, they're never out of this thing right now, and you got to be careful as far as what you want to do with your defensive assignments. You cannot get caught chasing against the Rangers because they'll make you look silly. As it's picked up across the backhand, D to D, stopped by Markstrom. Another opportunity goes off the top of the right crossbar. And around the net now for Tarasenko as he tried to get this one and leave it for Zibanejad. He'll spin all the way around for a Kreider pass, and Zibanejad will gain the red line. Flip it all the way down for Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov off his forehand now. He's in full flight across the Flaming Sea. He'll gain the entry. The Flames should have an opportunity to get to this one or at least hold the right side of the wall, and they do with Dillon Dube. Tyler Toffoli skated out a little bit in front. It's a 2-on-2 developing as the Rangers get this one knocked away off the active stick check as the Flames have been all over this puck right now. And Dillon Dube gets to the body contact. You thought there'd be somebody falling on the other side. Here's the Rangers with a short side shot toward the left dot. As this gets blocked, this gets centered out in the middle of the slot, and Dillon Dube will collect. Try to give a cross pass there for Coleman and Dube, and this goes back to the Rangers now. 12:35 left to go in the first. John on here with you on the Sportsnet feed. It's a 2-0 lead for the Calgary Flames. It was Mangiapane and Kadri with the goals less than a minute into the game. But it's 12:25 left to go in the first with 7 shots to 3 in favor of the Flames. Kenzie Weegar and toward the middle of the circles as this gets knocked away. Picked up toward the right side dot as this stays with the Flames. And now Jacob Trouba will get a chance to collect here for Vesey. Vesey with a long backhanded flip. And now Chris Tannen picks this across the sea as he leaves it here for Lucic. Lucic holding on that body. Forehand shot tries to shoot it low, but this gets wired around the inboards and goes up and on a plate. 12:05 left to go in the first. We will get our media stoppage. A 2-0 lead for the Calgary Flames. This is the exact start that they've wanted, and they've looked great in this first 8 minutes.
These days, a car dash cam isn't just a smart accessory to have, it's a wise investment in an extra pair of eyes that captures everything on the road in 4K when you need it. A Rogue dash cam is easy to install and use. And with its built-in Wi-Fi, GPS, and Sony Starburst sensor, you get the full story in Ultra HD every time. Find Rogue dash cam on Amazon.
Sam Adams Just the Haze has all the taste of an IPA, but no alcohol.
I'm sorry, what's that now?
Your cousin.
Wrong boss, and it's non-alcoholic. That delicious thing. I don't want to like it. No! Congratulations! I like it. Is that what you want to hear?
One day you might realize going to grandma's doesn't count as vacation. When you decide to go to that amusement, no. When you decide to go to Hawaii, aloha. Turns out you're beach people.
I think we're beach people.
Roll up, slow down, boys. You know you love it. And did you know they like ceviche? And best of all, the hotel has babysitters, so you have a date night. Remember those? With Amex, it's never a question of if vacation will actually feel like vacation. It's when.
Everyone gets a PK stacker. 2 linebackers. Having your way.
Release gel caps dating back to February 6th when Jacob Trouba was a one-man wrecking ball. He's not on his last cap. Right there. What a hit that he was also known for. And goes afterwards who said, look, that hit. Took it like a man, got right back up, dusted myself off, and away you go. And away he goes tonight as he strikes first, getting himself on the board. Okay?
All right, thank you very much. Playing here in the first. Stolen by Pelchier.
As we come back from the break, here's a chance for Huberdeau right in the middle of the slot there from Pelchier. As the second line's trying to do some damage, and the rebound shot all the way from the right side of the blue line is picked up by Hlott and held. So this is a Calgary Flames team. If you're just joining me and you missed a couple of these goals, I don't blame you. 38 seconds in, Andrew Mangiapane from Mikael Backlund. And then 8 seconds later, it was Nazem Kadri from Jonathan Huberdeau and Jacob Pelchier, and I'm not kidding you. At 38 seconds and from 46 seconds, the Calgary Flames have been on it immediately. Now they get a face-off win in the offensive zone, as it's 10 shots to 3, as this one gets wired all the way down. So on the 7-game win streak for the Rangers, they've outscored opponents 35-21. Again, to be fair, they probably expended a lot of energy in the 5-4 win in overtime against the Oilers when they were down 4-1 after one. But This is a desperate Flames team that needs points, and it's good to see them come out with a little bit of swagger here and dominate. Not just dominate the shots on goal, but actually put goals in the back of the net. Great play by Weegar toward the right side of the wall as he was able to get the windmill toe drag, and this goes all the way down the ice again, and this will be iced once again by the Rangers. So this will be another offensive zone draw coming here for Flame and C with 11:06 left to go in the first. John out here with you on the play-by-play as we're watching on ESPN Plus. I got the Sportsnet feed in front of me. Welcome anyone that follows along on the YouTube side and the Twitter Spaces side. I humbly appreciate it. No Elias Lindholm tonight because he's waiting on the birth of his child here. So 5-0-1 the last 6 games for the Flames against the Rangers. As the last one was an overtime loss because they won 5 before that. But this is an incredible Rangers team. And you have to know that even though Tampa Bay and Boston might seem like the class of the East, and I wouldn't argue otherwise, the New York Rangers are right there as far as their propensity to possibly lift towards Stanley. As this is picked up now toward the left side of the faceoff dot and off the backhand, Vinny Trocheck will try to get a piece of it, but Dube able to get a piece now with Ruzicka near the left side of the wall as Ruzicka trying to still get this to Dube. He's trying to jam this puck to him, and this gets picked up now by Trocheck after he was doing all that work. A little windmill by Trocheck trying to get around Noah Hannafin. Tyler Toffoli comes all the way back, a 200-foot game. As this is picked up now for Dube. Dillon Dube has been one of the hottest players in the NHL since coming in from the All-Star break. As Yaroslav Halak goes down, and that will be a penalty against the Rangers as they got a little bit of stick on there. Trevor Lewis is being pushed toward the right side of the board. So a little bit of answer there, but we have not seen the fisticuffs that we've seen from Game 1. But anyone that has a seat on the glass right now has their camera phone out for one young lady just to try to get a piece of that action there if it could be fighting. But no, there's just some pushing and shoving to the right side boards. And we'll see who's going to go to the box. It looks like Trevor Lewis. A little bit of goaltender interference, so that should be a 2-minute minor against the Flames. Unfortunate part for them is they're up 2-0, but you put the Rangers on the power play when they needed to be able to find their legs just about the halfway point of this first period. That could change some things. So 9 shots to 3 in favor of Calgary. Andrew Mangiapane, 38 seconds in. Nazem Kadri, 46 seconds in. Those are your goals. As Trevor Lewis goes for goaltender interference at 9:01. It's 10:09 left to go in first. Rangers win the offensive zone draw. As Zibanejad trying to keep this alive. And this gets picked up now by Tanev. Hannafin will get a piece of it and flip it all the way down. So the Flames do have a really good penalty kill, but I do think something will give against the Rangers. Anytime you get a chance to watch them on the power play, they can be absolutely dynamic. They've scored some of the most gorgeous goals that we've seen. If you ask Cooper and I, we're both in the broadcast, we will tell you so, especially in the Stanley Cup Finals against the Lightning. Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Finals, I should say. So Fox, Panarin, toward the right side of the wall. It's Tarasenko. We'll see how he factors into this power play line right now as this pass gets picked up by Mika Zibanejad. Mika Zibanejad toward the right side wall, trying to leave it there for Tarasenko. And now this will get canceled by Toffoli and flipped down the ice. The interesting part for me is not putting Tarasenko on the first line, but needing how much time he's going to need to gel on this part of the line because these guys love to move the puck. You get in position, you get open, puck is going to find you. It's about the guy that gets it to put it in the back of the twine. So Panarin now from Fox as they'll play crisscross in the high slide. Now giving back to the red man toward the right dot. This cross pass gets deflected there by the Flames nicely as they're holding that box. Picked up toward the right side dot off the backboards for Mika Zibanejad. As the Flames try to get this out in behind the office of Markstrom, as Panarin tries to leave it for Fox high off the end board. Somehow this still stays in, and the Flames will get it all the way down. I thought this could be a penalty against New York, but somehow this stayed toward the highest pane of the glass in behind Markstrom, and the Rangers still have puck possession with about 25 seconds left to go in the first power play of the game. So Markstrom will leave this as this was busy for Tanev, and that's going to work as an effective clear by Jacob Markstrom, and this will go all the way down to Yaroslav Halak. So the Flames enjoying a 2-0 lead. They're just going to kill the rest of this 10 seconds of the first power play of the game here from the Rangers. As this gets flipped to Mackenzie Weegar. Weegar trying to get it out as it's busy near the left side of the dot. And now the Rangers can't get to it, but now they do as Huberdeau can't collect. And now Chytil is on that second power play line with Lafreniere. Lafreniere with his pass try to find Capo Caco, and this will go all the way back to Keandre Miller. So Trevor Lewis back on the ice as the Flames back to full strength at 7:45 left to go in the first. It's 10 shots to 3 in favor of the Flames. As Stone will flip this down. Trouba try to leave it here for Keandre Miller, and his clear is going to go right to Kadri. He's still able to gain the offensive zone, but he might have stepped a little too soon as he's offsides. And with 7.5 left to go in the first, we're going to get another media stoppage. It's still 2-0 Flames.
These days, a car dash cam isn't just a smart accessory to have, it's a wise investment and an extra pair of eyes that captures everything on the road in 4K when you need it. A Rode dash cam is easy to install and use. And with its built-in Wi-Fi, GPS, and Sony Stargos sensor, you get a full story in Ultra HD every time. Find Rode dash cam on Amazon.
Truly is more refreshing than ever. Now made with real fruit juice for a new great taste. Try the new Truly today. Our best taste ever.
Honor glitchy Wi-Fi, which means your smart home. This is so smart. And now I'm sending mixed signals to your garage. But if you haven't bundled your home with all, unpacking this isn't going to be too much fun. So get all stick. Eat like a king who's on a budget. 3 tasty options, fries, drink, and nuggets, all for $5. Wait, that can't be right. Just confirm that that's the real price. Having your way.
What's up, Einstein?
My network has gone kaput.
You tried to save it back on it.
Not so smart.
No, there is a smart way to save. Oh. Switch to Verizon.
Switch to Verizon and get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus, watch and tablet, all on us. Verizon.
Draw in tonight. We weren't sure if we were going to see Elias Lindholm in the lineup tonight because of mentioned awaiting the birth of their first child. He and Annie. Darryl Sutter wasn't certain, so he just said the right thing this morning.
I guess it depends on mom. I'm not the doctor on duty.
No, he is not. But if anything breaking news related comes up, we'll let you know.
7:20 left to go in the first. The Rangers are down 2-0 at Scotiabank Saddle Dome. As you get the Sportsnet feed here, there was a couple of goals, 8 seconds apart between Mangiapane and Kadri. That's where we are right now, as it's 11-3 on the shot board in favor of the Flames. Yes, the Rangers did play last night, and Yaroslav Plot's in net, but this is an effort here from the Flames that we've been waiting to see. And maybe the urgency, maybe the propensity of what's going to be upcoming after the Flyers and the Coyotes when you're playing nothing but gauntlet teams like Colorado, Boston, Toronto, Dallas, Minnesota twice. I mean, that could essentially be your season. So if you raise up for games like these, it kind of gives you pause about maybe what you thought about selling at the deadline, buying at the deadline. When you see the Flames play like this, you think you could be all the way in and put your chips in. But it's just been a little bit inconsistent as they sit 1-2-2 after the All-Star break. But this could go a long way in a big 2 points right now. As Blake Coleman can't get the draw again, 2-3-2 in their last 7 games for the Flames. As Zadorov gets this now here from Mangiapane as they'll try to go right to left. Backlund will flip this across the red line off the forehand, and Blake Coleman will race in. Mangiapane try to get around Curtis Decision, and this will go back here for Backlund. Around the inboards here for Zadorov, and now Mangiapane will pick it up off the forehand. As this goes back to the left side blue line, this one gets fired by Stone, but he didn't have time to rip one. He just had to go ahead and get a forehand clear. Gains the red line one more time here for the Flames as the puck finds Yaroslav Plot. 6:25 left to go in the first. Drawn on here with you on the play-by-play tonight. As this is dumped in off the inboards. Chris Tanev will try to pick this up off the Kieran. As Chris Kreider tries to get a piece of it. Dillon Dube, great move. And now it's Mackenzie Weegar now with Hanifin as he shoots it toward the left side of the stick up a lot. And now the Flames will collect on the left side wall, but they're being opposed by a couple of Rangers. As this goes up for Mika Zibanejad, back around the boards now for Tyler Toffoli. Toffoli trying to keep this alive off the backhand now. Gets away from the stick lift, and now Hanifin will get a piece. We'll send it back around the inboards. This is busy around Halad. He's holding toward the right side of the post. Puck goes toward the left side of the face-off dot, and Tyler Toffoli will push the Rangers into the left side of the wall as blind Tarasenko, trying to make the outlet pass, and Tarasenko will just dump this in toward the right side of the red line. 5:35 left to go in the first. It's 12 shots to 3 in favor of the Flames. They're up 2-0. As Panarin, Redman will go back to pick this up now for Schneider. Trocheck, nice open pass toward the right wing side, and Jacob Markstrom will just watch this one go up and out of play with 5:25 left to go in the first. We're going to come right back as we get another commercial timeout. 2-0 Flames.
Sam Adams just a haze has all the taste of an IPA, but no.
I'm sorry, what's that now? Your cousin from Boston. Non-alcoholic, that delicious thing. I don't want to like it. Congratulations, I like it. Is that what you want to hear?
I'm a screen addicted tween. And I'm not posting on social media. I don't feel seen. Oh my God, love you.
No, keeping my eyes on the road and staying off the driveways.
Oh, hit drive-bys from all states, save for avoiding mayhem. Like me. Eat like a king who's on the budget. 3 options, fries, drink, and nuggets, all for $5. Wait, that can't be right. Just confirm that that's the real price. Eating, having your way.
You done yet? It's 2 a.m. Why are you still scrolling through videos? You're not paying me overtime here. If you really want to see something new, why not choose those shapes that have been broken for the past?
I know when we do get toward part of the live intermission, I know nobody's in here yet, but we will go across the league. I will get a chance to watch a little bit of the Red Wings and the Seattle Kraken, as I think there'll still be some time in between as far as each period, because it's about a half hour starting between both. That game should be just getting underway. So we'll take a different flip on that side because I want to see if the Red Wings can get 6 wins in a row. It's already a good start for Cooper Hopkins Flames here because it's a 2-0 lead as we got about 7 minutes left to go here in this first frame. If he does join me in and wants to take some play-by-play, he can do that too. I was trying to make sure that I could do this game already at the penciled in. It was just a little bit of a sour stomach here. Nothing sick and all that, but it's just been bothering me all day. So not as much sleep, but we're going to power through all that stuff. So if I stumble over a couple words here and there, you know why. So Noah Hannafin will get this off the defensive zone faceoff winner. Jacob Pelchier immediately tries to get this out as line 2's out there for Darryl Sutter. It's Nazem Kadri off the forehand, finds Pelchier. He tries to go across with another pass in the middle of the slot, but maybe he could have shot it. But the Flames are certainly feeling themselves right now with their offensive propensity, and I'm not going to sit there and blame them. When you see a lot of the same shots in there from deflections, they're actually trying to get in the middle of the circles and get their opportunities right now against the New York Rangers. I don't care if it's a back-to-back or not. This is a much different-looking team. Now on the left wing side, Rangers try to get right in the middle. Vinny Trocheck still haven't been able to take him off the puck. As Trouba gets us across there for Miller with the one-timer, and that one gets blocked. Huberdeau was out in front, and his cross pass will find Nazem Kadri as he goes across the sea. Now he's going to pull back as Calgary can go ahead and get their change. So Nikita Zadorov now with Milan Lucic as they got some sandpaper line right now with 4:25 left to go in the first. John Hunter with you as it's 2-0 Flames, and the Flames enter off sides. It's still 12 shots to 4 in favor of Calgary. We're at the Saddle Dome right now. I got the Sportsnet feed on ESPN Plus. And when we get into the first intermission, I'll take you across the league right now, but it is just me and Cooper does not join. And then we won't have the other discussions, but I will take you across the league and keep you updated as far as what we see. We'll take a live look at the Red Wings and the Seattle Kraken. Panarin on a 16 point streak, 6 goals and 8 assists in that time. As we said, 14 points in the last 6 games for the Breadman. As this will go now for Capo Caco, as he'll hold across the center line side. So it's the kid line, Seattle, Caco, and Lafreniere. As this will get picked up, Schneider will dump it down. And now Chris Tanev with Alexei Lafreniere as Chytil will try to get a piece of it. The pass just eludes Lafreniere, but he's going to get a chance now with Chytil behind the net off the forehand. He goes for the wraparound. Good stop by Markstrom as he held that right post. And now the Flames with Coleman could have had a chance for an absolute one-on-one opportunity, but it got poke checked at the last minute through the neutral zone as it was Coleman and Trouba. As this puck's just trying to get trickulated around here as they're going to go left to right in this first period of the New York Rangers. They're able to do that a lot because the Flames have had a lot more of the puck and a 2-0 lead. 3:20 left to go in the first. Rangers take their time between Nico Mikkola and Schneider, and now Zibanejad, but he overskated the puck, and he had a chance to go one-on-one with Markstrom. That was a bullet dodge averted, as Mangiapane will watch this one go all the way down. The St. Louis Blue, former St. Louis Blue at that. Nico Mikkola will pick it up. It's part of the Vladimir Tarasenko trade, as the Rangers are 0-8-1 in their last 9 games. Picked up a point in 9 straight games, and they've got the extra point all the way through for most of it. As the Flames have it now, Stone will get this across for Zadorov as defensive line number 3 right now for Darryl Sutter's squad. Chris, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? As this goes around the inboards now for Jimmy Vesey. Rangers try to make something happen here in this first period as Zibanejad gets it back off the drop from Chris Kreider. This gets sent out for Zibanejad off the stick left. Adam Fox can walk in between the circles, and that just got deflected by the Flames. It might have also grazed the left side of the crossbar, as Lindgren will go all the way back to go ahead and pick it up. So Yaroslav Halak is in goal tonight for the Rangers. Again, this is off the back-to-back, so they're going to give Shesterkin a full night off. And Gerard Gallant didn't even think about pulling Shesterkin as Vezina winning goaltender because you have the game the very next night. So it's a smart decision. Pelche now for Huberdeau. As this shot goes right in the breadbasket of Halak, and it gets held. In the minute 59, we get an offensive zone draw upcoming here for the Calgary Flames. 13 shots to 7 in favor of Calgary. 2 goals just 8 seconds apart. 38 seconds of Mangiapane and 46 seconds with Nazem Kadri. And that's your score right now as we're getting close to ending this first stanza. The kid line is talking together with Chytil, Kakko, and Lafreniere. Just trying to figure out what they want to do. Again, New York Rangers are dangerous. No matter what the score is. Again, the Oilers found that out just the other night as the Rangers were down 4-1 at the end of one. They won 5-4 in a shootout. Stick lift off the draw. There's going to be a chance for Kreider to get a piece of it. And Tarasenko will peel back off his backhand. He'll set this back up to the D with Keandre Miller and Jacob Trouba. The captain will get this now for Tarasenko. Tarasenko working his way to the left dot. And this is swallowed up by Markstrom as he makes the save. So the Oilers, they will play the Avalanche tomorrow. So for the Oilers, for everything that we talk about the Calgary Flames, as far as some of Canada's teams, the Oilers have struggled mightily on the All-Star break as well. So they're going to want to start to pick up a couple extra points. But the Colorado Avalanche are really starting to hum. The unfortunate part for the Avalanche is the one good thing, they got Cale Makar back, but then they lost him again in the first period, as I think he had to go back in a concussion protocol after taking another hit to the head. So whether he was ready to go right away, that remains to be seen. And Cale Makar is going to miss some more time. Gabriel Landeskog, their captain, still has not played a game this season. Again, you have the same amount of games in the NHL as you do in the NBA, 82 games, and they have been without their captain all year. Rasmus Andersson will keep this alive off the forehand now, and behind the net from Jacob Markstrom. We'll see if the Flames can look to break out right to left. They got a minute 10 left to do in the first as Rasmus Andersson is back out there since he was struck by a car in Detroit as he was riding a scooter on the way to dinner. Yes, that is the correct assessment that I gave to you, as Noah Hannafin throws this back for Jacob Markstrom. Thankfully, everything else is okay here for Rasmus Andersson as we get a little push in behind the bench. We saw a lot of this in Game 1, but those ended up in fisticuffs. Right now, they've had nothing more than kerfuffles here. But there's been a couple skirmishes, and with a minute left to go in the first, we will see if anyone goes to the box. I think they're going to do that a little bit as the refs are starting to point. Maybe Noah Hannafin and maybe someone else for the Rangers getting sent off. So Lecision, as the puck went to Markstrom, the goaltender, he almost got a brush with Markstrom, but the Flames took immediate exception to it. Maybe we will not see any penalties. I think the refs were just pointing those two guys to say, get the heck out of here. We're going to the offensive zone draw here for the Rangers. So 12 shots to 8 in favor of the Flames. The Rangers are starting to get a few of those, but they're behind the scoreboard by 2. So Jonathan Huberdeau waiting toward the right wing side. It's Alexei Lafreniere who lost the draw as this goes back to Christopher Tanev here for the Flames. Try to acquiesce toward the left side of the red line as this gets flipped in. And line 2's out there right now for Darryl Sutter's squad with Nazem Kadri. Uyghur keeps us alive across the blue line now with Capo Kakko. It's the kid line here for Gerard Gallant's squad. It's picked up now by Tanev one more time. As he windmills and behind his own net, Tries to get across the flaming C9, gains the neutral zone. Open toward the right side pass was Trevor Lewis, but he shot it live around the inboards. And Jonathan Huberdeau. Now Zadorov will spin around us. He's got a little bit of a push, and Trevor Lewis's pass will go back into the neutral zone as we've hit the 15-second mark. So Calgary's got to feel good about where they are, but we got to remember this with the Flames. We covered a lot of these games, especially if you listen here with Cooper Hopkins when he's been here a lot. It's not about how you start for the Flames, it's about how you finish. Again, you can say that about a lot of teams, but they've had leads and they've seen them slip away, but this was a great first period. And we'll see if that continues. It's 13 shots to 8 after one, but a 2-0 lead for the Flames. So when we come back, we'll call second period action, and I'm going to take you around the league right now. So, Chris, if you stay in here and Cooper Hopkins does join in, you're a little bit of a treatment that you can pick me up because we're doing a little no-sleep operation tonight as far as calling the game. I'm going to flip in across from my local feed as we'll have some time. Again, the NHL intermissions are a little bit longer than they are in the NBA. So I'm going to go ahead and flip as far as checking out this Red Wings game, the local assignment here, and see what the score line is, as I'll give you a live look in around the league as we've hit our first intermission. Again, it was 2 goals, 8 seconds apart, 38 seconds in. It was Andrew Mangiapane with his 12th of the season, assisted by Mikael Backlund. It was a great play off the backhand by Mangiapane as he stayed with K'Andre Miller. K'Andre Miller was all over him. He was trying to poke check the stick away, but Mangiapane got a backhand from the right side of the red line where the goalies would go ahead and normally play it, and it was backhanded in, and that allowed the Flames to take a 1-goal lead. So 38 seconds in, you think you're feeling pretty good, but 8 seconds later, Nazem Kadri scores off the one-timer setup from Jonathan Huberdeau and Jacob Pelche. It was just a simple face-off win toward the center zone. It was Pelche and Huberdeau with a couple passes back and forth. They drop it to Kadri right in the left circle, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Flames. So we'll give you the shots as well as far as the team stats with the ESPN box score in front of me. 13 shots to 8 in favor of the Flames. Hits are 10-7 for the Rangers, and faceoffs are 12-7 for Calgary. So it has been a lot that has been in control here for Calgary, and we've not been able to say that too many times. So I'm going to go ahead and find this game, and then we'll take you a look around the league. Toward the NBA side, you're in the middle of the All-Star break. I did watch a little bit of the three-point contest when Damian Lillard did get that win tonight. In the Stadium Series game, the outdoor game, it's 4-0 in favor of the Carolina Hurricanes over the Washington Capitals. No Alex Ovechkin because of the death of his father, so he's going to be taking some time off to attend to all of those needs. So Washington, again, if they lose this one, they're going to be in a desperate spot, as the Red Wings have been hot of late. That is my local team, the Detroit Red Wings on that side, as we're going to get a live look in between the Seattle Kraken and the Red Wings. And Husso made a big save as there was a big rebound that was knocked away. So let me give you a couple of those scores. So Carolina Hurricanes, 4-0 lead. It was Jesperi Kotkaniemi with his 10th of the season at 2:11 from Teravainen and Marty Necas. And then all Carolina in the third as they scored 3 more times. Stastny with his 7th, Necas with his 22nd, and Teravainen with his 7th. And now this puck is at the goal line for the Red Wings and the Kraken. Adam Larson just able to get that one away. So this puck has been all over. These guys are playing at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. That's where my broadcast partner, Cooper Hopkins, that is where he is from, although he's living in Orange County, California right now. So even though his team is the Calgary Flames, got a soft spot there for the Seattle Kraken as well, I would imagine. We'll get a live look on that side. I'm going to give you more of these scores right now. So 1-1 at the end of one between the Flyers and Canucks. Who scored those? Again, this is a game on Hockey Night in Canada, but these two teams not very good this year. The Flyers are 22-24-10. The third column is you can get a point. You pick up 1 instead of 2. If you lose on that, the overtime loss. They got 10 for the Flyers. So 22, 24, and 10. And 21, 30, and 4 through the Vancouver Canucks. It was Anthony Beauvillier. He's been pretty good since the trade coming over from the New York Islanders. Got his 12th of the season from Luke Schenn and Elias Pettersson. Justin Braun with his first of the year from Patrick Brown and Joel Farabee for the Flyers at 14.24 and 15.56 respectively. No score between the Coyotes and Kings. That's 13:02 in the first. Sabres and Sharks 1-0 lead for Buffalo. Buffalo is right there with the Red Wings as far as positioning. Red Wings entering tonight are only 2 points out of a playoff spot, and Sabres only 4 points out of a playoff spot. They both have the same amount of games in hand. 3 games in hand on most other teams. The Lightning and the Golden Knights tied at 1 with 13:15 left in the first. That could have been the other game that I covered tonight. That should be an excellent one. We'll see who those goals are and who is in net. It's Andre Vasilevsky, the big cat. He stopped 1 out of 2 for a .500 save percentage, and the same thing for Aiden Hill. Again, with no Logan Thompson, he was the lone all-star for the Vegas Golden Knights. He's a rookie goaltender after they let Marc-Andre Fleury, the Flower, go from that expansion draft that you remember from a few years ago for the Vegas Golden Knights. So is Vlad Nemestikov, his 6th from Corey Perry and Sergachev, and Brett Howden, his 3rd. 7 seconds apart at 6:10 and 6:17 respectively. Couple finals for you. The Bruins all over the Islanders. They won 6-2. The Bruins still have the best record in the league. They're 23-2-3 at home. We play TD Garden with the Celtics too. 42-8-5 on the season. Devils 36-14-5 on the season. They improve as they knock off the Penguins. Again, that helps the Red Wings as far as that standing part of it because Penguins, they're 3 points ahead, but it's the same amount of games in hand. 5-2 win for the Devils. 4-1, the Blue Jackets upset the Stars. They scored 3 goals in the third period. It was Eric Robinson, Matthew Olivier, and Adam Boquist all in the third to blow the game wide open. Ty Dellandrea got the lone goal unassisted for the Stars. As they lost 4-1, they dropped the important 2 points. Avalanche all over the Blues. They won 4-1. And the Maple Leafs closed out the Canadiens 5-1 as they just traded for Ryan O'Reilly. I'm not saying the Ryan O'Reilly move is a bad move. I wouldn't be one of those ones that'll tell you that. I think this also might be one of those moves. Tell me how this works. In the sense of Toronto can only take 25% of the salary. We know that because Kyle Dubas has them right in front of the salary cap. So St. Louis picked up 50%, and then Minnesota had to acquire Ryan O'Reilly and then give him over to Toronto to pick up 25% of it. So what Minnesota gets is a 4th-round pick from 3 years from now, so they get some collateral. And instead of making moves at the deadline for Bill Guerin's squad, the move that they made at the deadline is acquiring a pick pretty much, be able to use the rest of that cap. So Ryan O'Reilly, as he has, 15 points on the season. Again, he's probably 3 years removed there from the Stanley Cup there for the St. Louis Blues. We know what they were from worst to first in January. He might end up as a 3rd or 4th liner, but I think that that's exactly what the Leafs need. They need somebody that can win some face-offs. They can always use another centerman, but what they need is somebody that's going to be able to keep everything else together and behind the ears. I think that's what the problem is for the Leafs. Just being able to figure out what's behind the ears. You know you have the talent out in front of you. Go out there, go do it. Have someone that has leadership in the locker room. Have someone that has won a Stanley Cup, knows what it takes. I think that's why they acquired Ryan O'Reilly. If it doesn't work out and the Maple Leafs, let's say, lose again in the first round, we know the team that's in front of them, they're still going to be very good. But I wonder at that point, is Kyle Dubas going to be able to keep his job? That'll be the question mark that's always around the Toronto Maple Leafs, and for good reason, because you have the best forwards available. Nobody can match up with what the Toronto Maple Leafs have on that side, but it's all about bringing it home. So I'm going to flip back across to our featured game in between the Flames and the Rangers. It's a 2-0 lead for Calgary. 2 goals 6 seconds apart from Mangiapane and Kadri. As we're getting a live look in between the Seattle Kraken and the Detroit Red Wings. I'm going to do that a couple more times. We'll probably call the end of that Red Wings game if this is all done in regulation when we get to that point. But I'll flip back on ESPN Plus. So I appreciate you guys following me between the Twitter Spaces side and the YouTube side. And once this game is done, we'll have the complete game story at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com per usual. And you will always have this side, which will be the recorder. This will just be the play-by-play. So none of the extracurricular that you're hearing now on YouTube. That'll be just the game itself.
Well, and what just played by Matthews? What a feed over to Nylander for his 31st of the season. By the way, Matthews had 2 assists. Joseph Wall, his first NHL win of the season, 29 saves. Thanks, gents. Mangiapane and Kadri, 2-0 Calgary, and Mobilier, who has fun on his tape, and Ron picked up the puck.
I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I will be right back.
Sure feels good when you get it right. And with the #1 power toothbrush brand recommended by dental professionals, Philips Sonicare makes it easy for you to always get brushing right.
We're having fun in the snow all winter long with the Twisted Tea Drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Milk-free tea with 5% alcohol. Keep it twisted.
I'm a screen addicted tween, and I'm not posting on
Social media?
I don't feel seen. Oh my God, Mom, yelling.
No. Keeping my eyes on the road is paying off with driveways.
Hit drive-bys for most dates, save for avoiding mayhem. Like me.
Hi, it's me, Dana Crane at La Fontaine, where it's the Jeep Celebration events. Here at La Fontaine, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Fenton, we are closing out all of our remaining 2022 Jeep inventory at family deal pricing that will blow your mind. You'll save money and style with this 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee. How about this 2022 Jeep Compass? Whatever your budget, we have the 2022 that's right for you. Come see me, Dana Crane at La Fontaine, or shop online now at LaFontaine,
Gaming after work is the only time you can. What would hit the spot right now, you wonder? Savor a steak and bacon, grilled cheese sounds like a great plan. Melted cheese and Texas toast will solve your hunger. But you're not as good as you were at 14. Wow, kids online are really mean. Sonic steak and bacon, grilled cheese. Sonic.
What's up, Einstein?
My network has gone kaput.
You tried to save a buck on it.
I got what I paid for. Not so smart.
Well, there is a smarter way to save.
Oh.
Switch to Verizon to get a new 5G phone on them.
Yep, get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus, a watch, and a tablet on us. That's a value of up to $1,900.
Oh boy, that's that math. I'm switching.
Switch to Verizon and get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus, watch, and tablet all on us. The network you deserve, the savings you want. Verizon.
When you buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats, you get the 11th ticket free. I wonder what my 11th will be. Living rent free in a multiplayer place?
What's your 11th? Hockey fans show up. And every day, Enterprise helps them do what they do best. They show up, not just for games, but for early morning practice and out-of-town tournaments. They show up for their teams, for each other, and for their communities. And at every level, from Pee-wee to the pros, Enterprise shows up for them. Proud to connect hockey fans to the game we all love.
Thank you, Ron McClain. This is the SN Bets Big Board presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. The New York Rangers came in cooking on their second 7-game win streak tonight. But evidently, Alan Walsh has put a battery in Calgary's back. 2 goals in the first minute. Andrew Mangiapane scores his first goal since scoring against the Rangers last week or 2 weeks ago. Calgary's got his 21st. The live line in that one is 6.5 goals. The same for the Flyers and the Canucks. 6.5 goals, and salute to Justin Braun for his first goal and first point of the season. Live betting is available with our good friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. You can download the app using the QR code on the screen and remind you just to play at your own pace. Back to you, Ron.
Gabby, you're right about Allen. He's going to have to take another stab at it. Okay, here's the storyline. Calgary with 2 quick goals. Inside a minute, they have the lead. And it's Anthony Beauvillier for the Vancouver Canucks with his 12th of the season, 1-1 at Rogers Arena. Our coverage continues.
I'm not playing right now.
Not going to argue. He tells how we always do.
This is the shoot.
Yeah, you say.
The great ones always put the team first. You answer that vodka. 100 wins.
Let's go.
It seems like only yesterday you were just a child at play. Life is brief, and when it's gone, love goes on and on.
Fiber clips your Wi-Fi, which means your smart home isn't so smart. And now I'm sending mixed signals to your garage. But if you haven't bundled your home with auto cut backing, this isn't going to be too much fun. So get Allstate.
You came in after work, it's the only time you can. What would hit the spot right now, you wonder? Single mistake in bacon, grilled cheese sounds like a great plan. Melted cheese and Texas toast will solve your hunger. You're not as good as you were at 13. Wow, kids online are really mean. Sonic steak and bacon, grilled cheese. Sonic.
Go. Here's the thing about wrong turns. What the heck was that? They invite serendipity.
Whoa.
The unimaginable. The unexpected. The unforgettable.
Hang on.
So embrace wrong turns. Because you never know
Hey.
where your next wrong turn will take you.
Look at this.
Wow.
Toyota, let's go places.
Not that in the saving, are you?
Whoa.
Too money. Because you pay too much for those boxes. Next time.
We have a couple minutes left here before the second period puck drop.
Book rates out today at americasbest.com.
Did you know that the Flames off to a good start, leading 2-0 after 2 minutes in the Scotiabank Sun? Oh boy, it was a scary situation in Detroit for Rasmus Andersson, who was hit by a car while riding a scooter. He would miss a few games, made his return against Detroit, but this morning we had a chance to chat with him about the entire ordeal.
It was a tough couple days there, especially because I don't really know what happened still, and you're on your way to one place and you wake up in an ambulance. So
Oh, boy.
it was always scary and traumatic and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, I'm just lucky to be alive.
Boy, some strong words after a pretty scary situation, as mentioned. Obviously, Rasmus on the ice is having a fantastic season, and certainly his teammates know just what a game breaker and difference maker he is. Great to see him back, guys.
Yeah, right. Just missed the 3 games. He's a tough customer, but that was a scary incident. He likes playing against the Rangers, by the way. His dad played 2 seasons as a Ranger, Peter, and his brother Callie was a Ranger draft pick back in 2015. Played in the NHL. Rasmus Andersson. That's 35 points on the year. Become a real leader off the ice for this hockey club.
So take a look at Rasmus Andersson on the bench. He got 35 points on the year. Calgary Flames got 2 goals, 8 seconds apart, not even a minute into this contest. They lead 2-0 at the Scotiabank Saddledome right now. They are at the home ice. They're in the reds with the yellow and white piping, and the Rangers are in the white shirts with the red pants. He had bodied off the puck there. Toffoli is going to try to drive all the way to the net, and now leave it for Chris Tanev. Tanev will spin this around the boards with elbow Jonathan Huberdeau, and now picked up by the Rangers. Vlad Tarasenko gets worked off the puck nicely by Mackenzie Weegar. Blake Coleman with this touch pass, try to set it up and leave it for Mangiapane. Coleman, Mangiapane working together there to team up as this gets picked up now by the Rangers with Artemi Panarin. They'll gain the left wing red line and flip it in as Jimmy Vesey will punch it in deeper, and Rasmus Andersson puts this live around the end boards, but it's turned over by Huberdeau. And now Trocheck has a chance to go to work as this is matriculated around the end boards. This stays with the Rangers off of a couple of stick clips, and now the Flames try to keep this alive off the backhand, settle this back down to D, and Noah Hannafin and Rasmus Andersson have it now, with Rasmus taking a timeout essentially in line his net, looking for a breakout opportunity as this touch pass gets intercepted by Adam Fox. Again, he's always a Norris Trophy candidate. Panarin, he settles down with the cross pass as this gets picked up and backhanded by VC right on, and Panarin will put this back to the D side of Nico Mikkola with Fox as they've mixed the third D-line pair to Gerard Gallant as is picked up now near the left side of the red line. Mikkola gets intercepted now by Huberdeau. And now a chance for Jacob Pelchier as he stays inside with Huberdeau. Huberdeau just trying to use that big body, keep it alive off the forehand. Nice play, Pelchier. And that goes off the right pad of Yaroslav Halak is Panarin. He can't clear it. Another opportunity for the Flames gets saved by Halak with the left pad this time. That was Dillon Dube. As the Flames will go all the way back across the Flaming Sea, make the pass, and now dump it in across the red line. But this is ice. It just didn't quite get to that spot as I thought it did. And now the Rangers will get an offensive zone drop coming with 17:53 left to go in the second. Again, I said this a little bit as much in this first period, but I feel like I have to say it again. It doesn't matter that the Rangers had played off the back-to-back the next night. Hell, we saw it with the Red Wings on that side of it in between Edmonton. The Flames are playing a much better game than I've seen them play. We've covered a lot of these right now. They've had the jump, they've had the step, they've scored the goals, they've had the puck possession, they've dictated the pace of the game. Now they need to continue to do all that stuff against a team like the Rangers because when you give a step, they'll take a mile. That's the way it works. That's how good New York is. But it does remain to be pointed out that this is one of the better games played by the Flames, and that they get a chance to take 3 out of 4 points against a team like this. Well, it would kind of salt away some of the sting of losing a couple games against Chicago and Detroit. So Keandre Miller will keep this from the left side of the red line as Filipinos' pass goes right to one of the Flames. It was Toffoli that got that interception. And with 17:10 left to go in the second, Jacob Trouba will try to get this across, but Alexei Lafreniere lost the puck. And now Michael Stone will get this there for Zadorov. This is chipped in. This is going to go right to Lucic, and he fired it just wide of the right post. It was a certain ripper, but he just didn't have the accuracy on it. This Keandre Miller puts us around the end boards now. Richie with Weegar. There's a third lines out there right now for Darryl Sutter's squad. Jacob Trouba will pick this up as this goes back around the end boards here for Tanev. Tanev just trying to be patient, and now as they have the lead, the Flames are going for those deflection and puck possession type games. So hopefully they can mix and not just continue to do one thing because they showed a lot of diverse attack in the first period, and they got to keep that going. Mackenzie Weegar now from Lewis. Lewis with his extra pass now for Richie. As this gains the red line side of Mangiapane, will try to get in shape. He does get the steal from Braden Schneider, but he falls down, but it's 4 Rangers to 1 Flame. All the way back, the Flames able to get a piece of it now as Blake Coleman won that back check. Where did this puck go? This is near the right side of the red line as the Rangers trying to keep this in the offensive end, but a good play by Mangiapane. What a back pass by Backlund. It's going to set up Rasmus Andersson. This goes off the left blocker of Yaroslav Halak and around the end boards. Backlund. He gets this now here for Coleman as he just got bodied off the puck in between the circles. Rangers will pick it back up now and Nico Mikkola. Mikkola sends this around the end boards. Noah Hannafin will collect this one off the backhand as Rasmus Andersson will slap shot this around, but it's not out. Ryan Lindgren gets the steal. Try to put this into the right dot, and Adam Fox will have to go all the way back. Yaroslav Halak will play this with the goal stick. He'll try to get the breakout pass. This gets intercepted at the Flaming Sea by Huberdeau. Huberdeau, patient, takes a look off the pass. It takes a fortuitous bounce for the Flames in front of the left crease. And now a swing and a miss, and an opportunity here for the Rangers with Trocheck and Panarin. But Chris Tanev alertly was the last man back on defense, as they thought did one of the defensemen there. I believe that was Weegar tried to bat it out of the air. That almost turned into a shorthanded 2-on-1 opportunity. Flames are 10-6-1 in their last 17 home games at the Saddledome. That's not all that bad, but they're going to have to continue to pick it up. It's the road record that's been a lot worse. As this is Keandre Miller now in his own end toward the right side faceoff. Got Kreider's pass. Now with Albavisi, this will go all the way back to Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov will play this across for Michael Stone. Michael Stone has the howitzer, and he's not afraid to use it. But New York knows that. They're not letting him get any slap shots off just yet. As Trouba will gain the red line. Dump this one in near the left side of the red line as this is picked up now by Stone. Stone's got 3 Rangers in his face, but again, Calgary's been very, I wouldn't even say conservative with their breakouts. They've been very chalant and up to date as far as the passes that they've wanted to make. They've kept their head up. They know what's in front of them, and they're not getting lost in the shuffle. And that's good to see as we go to a commercial half and half break. The play will still be live in about 10 seconds. So John here with you on the call. Cooper Hopkins did send me a message, but he's not going to be able to join tonight. So I'm going to have the play-by-play on the lonesome side of it. And toward, I would say, a little bit late on Sunday, maybe into Monday morning, you will see the schedule for me. I'll get that across on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that side still. So we're covered because the NBA is still in the midst of its All-Star break. It's going to be heavy NHL-centric coming back in from the week next week. So Richie, we'll put this in there on the left side face-off dot as I'll pull my lineups back up on both sides. And now Chytil trying to get this off the forehand, trying to get around Rasmus Andersson. Again, he's playing his 4th game since being injured while riding a scooter to dinner. And Keandre Miller will pick this up. Keandre Miller keeps it alive off the forehand. Little stutter step to try to get around Richie as the puck is played nicely off the left side wall. Capo Kakko. Now for Chytil in between his skates, Kakko will pick it back up, trying to find a Lafreniere near the right side dot. Trouba holds it in. Lafreniere now with Chytil. Chytil will spin off the forehand, trying to send it back around to Lafreniere on the inboards and Markstrom. And now the Flames will get it out. They'll take some of their changes as they're right near the bench anyway. And Kakko lost it again as Rasmus Andersson able to step up into nice and puck possession. Played off the backhand. This goes to Mangiapane. And now this can be a race for the puck. It's Coleman trying to backhand a forehand against Keandre Miller, but this time he would not be beaten like he was against Mangiapane. As this got fired in toward the left side of the blue line. Now an absolute rocket for Michael Stone after a pass back. And now this is a chance for Nico Mikkola. Mikkola, again, playing a couple games after the acquisition from the St. Louis Blues, where it was him and Tarasenko. Now toward the right side of the blue line. Blake Coleman finds Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov is going to rush all the way down. He's behind the net trying to use that long reach to keep it alive off the forehand. It's Peltier now out there with Kadri. This will be collected now by Jonathan Huberdeau, trying to use that big body toward the right side of the boards. Now Peltier leaves it here for Andersson as they have them hemmed in deep to the Flames. Off the backhand, it's saved by Halat. He's found it. But Peltier thinks he might have scored. I don't think so. He had his hands up in the air just off the last minute. And Huberdeau was there, but I think Halat was able to save it just before it crossed the line. I didn't see Malenko offer anything else. He does keep it tied at 2. We go to a commercial break. It's 2-0 for the Flames. Appreciate the like on that side as always.
Kids are so expensive, Dad. Now Katie needs braces.
Maybe try switching your car insurance to Progressive. Save hundreds.
I don't know, Dad.
Maybe try switching your car insurance to Progressive. You could save hundreds.
That's a great idea, TV, Dad.
But I said the exact same thing.
Someday when you're a father.
So then we got 4 votes on this question. I said, can the Flames take the badly needed win tonight? It's a 50-50 split right now, but the one thing is they're enjoying a 2-0 lead. That stemmed early from the first. Again, we'll go back through it. It was 38 seconds and 46 seconds. 2 goals in less than a minute for the Flames, and that's what stood up so far. As we have about 12 to 16 left to go in the second period. When we get into the second intermission, I'll take a look around the league again, but immediately as when the commercial break, it's 1-1 after 1 between the Red Wings and the Kraken. I got to keep a close eye on that one as the Red Wings have won 5 straight. They're playing some meaningful games right now. They've gotten themselves back in the playoff race, and the Golden Knights have taken a 4-2 lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. It doesn't matter if they don't have Logan Thompson and some of the other injuries there with Mark Stone. They're still playing excellent hockey at 33, 18, and 4. The Lightning are 35, 16, and 3. So first team in NHL history to score twice in the opening minute, 2 times in one season. December 20th and tonight. I'll have to make sure that I remember that stat.
Face-off in the Rangers zone. Kadri on the puck. It's Trocheck. Plays with Andersson.
Play is live now for Jonathan Huberdeau near the right side dot, trying to set up a shot for Pelche, but that got blocked nicely by the Rangers off the back pass, and that was a keen idea there by Huberdeau. That was the time for some trickery, and he tried to find Kadri there for the one-timer off of a no-look behind the back pass, so a show of skill from Jonathan Huberdeau, and that time he actually made it when it was open. Now Kadri for Huberdeau. Now Andersson, as he gets pulled down, Pelche tries to get this around the end boards. Jonathan Huberdeau still with it as he's weaving in between the bowling pins. And that definitely got everybody on the saddle up off their feet when they saw that kind of passes. It showcased some of the skills for Huberdeau in the Florida Panthers days. Stone shot goes right in the breadbasket, but then played by Halak as this stays as Dube takes a tumble, but he looks no worse for wear. Nico Mikkola finds Artemi Panarin. He's just going to get bodied toward the left side wall as Michael Stone cleaned him out. And now we'll see if we'll get some fisticuffs at some point. It's starting to get a little more physical. Dube puts us around the end boards off the backhand. He's going to race to it again after he just got sandwiched. This falls back to Mackenzie Weegar, the other Florida Panther, that was picked up in the trade from Matthew Tkachuk. As this goes now to Yaroslav Halak. Yaroslav Halak off the forehand with Tyler Toffoli. Now Barclay Goodrow will play this near the left side wall. It's a chance for Alexei Lafreniere. The kid lines out there for Gerard Gallant. This is near the left side of the crease as it got brushed away from Markstrom. And here come the Flames as they gain the red line. Hanifin will go ahead and take his change, but the other forwards are out there. It's Milan Lucic near the left side of the red line as you did 10-15 left to go in the second. Still a 2-0 lead for Calgary as they scored 2 goals less than a minute into this contest. Rasmus Andersson will get this across. Now Trevor Lewis will just flip it down as it was 1-on-4. And Schneider will take a look before he has to absorb some body contact there from Brett Ritchie. Mangiapane keeps us alive off the backhand, and the shot goes off the outside of the post. And Ritchie will keep it, pick it up near the left side dot as this will go D-to-D again. Rasmus Andersson working his way in the high slot near the left side dot. This shot bounces up off the inboards, up into the air, and then cleared all the way down. And this will be a Calgary offensive zone draw upcoming. Yaroslav Halak was holding on to that left post, but if there was able to get any kind of stick up in the air, that could have been a goal. As you get a look at Jonathan Huberdeau's pass in the TV feed on the Sportsnet side, in between an open Nazem Kadri, but he was in too deep at the right side of the red line, and Nikita Zadorov absolutely fed Artemi Panarin his lunch. As this is played off the backhand, and now Mangiapane still keeps alive after he got a shot. Now let's try to find Backlund, as this will go back to Michael Stone and across the flaming sea. This gets flipped in. Yaroslav Halak almost misplayed it, but Keandre Miller was there. As this gets picked up here by Stone, but he can't win the battle off the stick. Let this will go back to Jacob Markstrom. Try to get it here for Backlund. And Backlund, as one of the Rangers ended up taking a change, they could have had a steal. But now the Flames can go left to right. It's Backlund. Here's a chance for a Zadorov entry, but they're offside. He's going to go all the way back. And now the Rangers maybe can get to this as this gets picked up by Zadorov. It's not iced. It's flipped down, even though Markstrom thought it was. Gained the red line, did the Rangers off the steal. Blake Coleman puts it back to the defense. Still a 2-0 lead for the Calgary Flames. 8:40 in the second. Main thing for me, too, again, is some of those starts, but they've held the Rangers to 10 shots. Again, as I've said, I don't care if it's off the back-to-back. This is the New York Rangers. This is the type of effort that you need for the Calgary Flames, and they can't let their foot off the gas. As a shot off the forehand gets stopped by the left blocker of Jacob Markstrom. This is picked up near the left dot now as Pelche almost lost it in between the wall phone booth And Nazem Kadri picks it up off the forehand, trying to get a chance here for Peltier, and flipped all the way down. Chris Tanev trying to win the race against Vlad Tarasenko. Tarasenko will just watch us go around the inboards to Uyghur, get the steal, do the Rangers. Trying to play this near the middle of the slot, off the backhand. It's dangerous, but nice block there by Tanev. You just get this out of the way as Backlund will flip it down. Huberdeau will win the race to the puck, keep it alive off the forehand around Vinny Trocheck as he picks it up now. Trocheck trying to race near the left side dot as this gets canceled off. The Flames try to get this in the own end, but it's offsides. Or maybe there's a slashing call upcoming. And we'll see what this is going to be on. Looks like the Flames will go to the power play, and Vincent Trocheck going to go to the box for a slash as they show once again that backhanded no-look pass from Jonathan Huberdeau to Nazem Kadri. Go to a TV timeout. Flames go to the power play for the first time. 7:47 the second. Flames up 2-0. Joe Rogan says, I hope they can. I got $5 on them, and Tekken God Jets with the thumbs up. Appreciate it, guys, on that side. This is a little bit of a no-sleep broadcast for me. So when we get the Monday side, I'll be completely rested and recharged. The schedule is going to come out a little bit late, as they're going to late night for tomorrow. But it'll probably be available Monday morning. I'll put it on Facebook, Twitter, John Ryan, all that stuff. You can find it along. It's going to be a heavy NHL part of it. I appreciate that, Tekken God. It's going to be a heavy NHL part of it because the NBA is in the middle of an all-star break. So what I'll try to do, if there isn't a definitive assignment on this weekend and Cooper is not available, I'll probably get an NBA game on this weekend side. I should be in NHL 2024. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun to do some video game announcing. If I was asked by EA, I wouldn't have to be paid, and I would read all the lines and do all the other stuff and stay late because we need to get good announcing. We need to get some good gameplay first and foremost. Before anything else, that can come second. But I appreciate your thoughts very much. So it should be heavily loaded for hockey next week. We've already had the confirmations at our last broadcast that as soon as the playoffs start, again, that's more toward the summertime in May and June, that will be front and center, Cooper Hopkins and myself, as we were last season. I know I didn't always start all the YouTube stuff back then on that side, but that's going to be pretty good on the playoff side. The games are always fun, the NHL side of the playoffs. It's completely different than any other sport. Checking back into the action here, it's a 2-0 lead for the Calgary Flames as the Flames get their first power play cross pass, and that was just missed for Jonathan Huberdeau. He could have made it 3-0 off a Mangiapane pass from the right to left circle. Nazem Kadri tries to get this along a stick break as this gets picked up now by Kadri. He'll gain the entry off the forehand, make the back pass. Here for Jacob Peltier as he gets some time on the power play now. Noah Hanifin. Now for Kadri near the right dot. As he's patient, he looked for a cross pass from Mangiapane as this is matriculated around the end boards. Hanifin into the traffic. They'll be collected here by Kadri. Yes, he can as he settled this back down as Calgary. They've had all sorts of puck possession. Slap pass opportunity for Kadri as he tried to make life difficult for Vlad. He stopped it with the left pad, but this stays in. Still a minute left to go on the Flames power play. Slap shot. This gets picked up now by Kadri off the inboard shot from Hanifin. Mika Zibanejad finally gets the clear, flipped all the way down to Jacob Markstrom. Again, Markstrom getting the start off of Vladar. Vladar's had the last couple of games. Darryl Sutter has said as much, the Calgary Flames head coach. Both of these goalies have been a little wishy-washy, so they're waiting for someone to actually take the reins. Again, Markstrom was second in the Vezina voting last year behind Igor Shesterkin. Now he's 22 percentage points on a save percentage worse than last year, as they both have a sub-900 percentage. Keandre Miller, he's going to pick it back up, cross pass. Oh, they missed it out as Markstrom was flopping around like a fish out of water. That was a wide open net for New York, short-handed. Off of the block for Keandre Miller the first time, and the pickup was shut wide as the Flames dodge a bullet. And now Rasmus Andersson gains the Flaming C as this is kept alive for Toffoli off of a couple of stick whacks. This is in behind Hawat's office. Rasmus Andersson, one of the Flames, falls down. We'll see what the race for the puck is right now. Jimmy Vesey is the cross pass if it's available. and the shot is elected to be taken, and that goes up and out of play. So Trocheck did not elect to pass to Jimmy Vesey, who was wide open for an opportunity to score, and that puck goes up and out of play. I'd like to see this replay for Keandre Miller. So off of the shot block, who was that for Keandre Miller? That was Trocheck that had two chances, and he missed them both. 5:35 left to go in the second. Flames still up 2-0 by the skin of their teeth. That was the craziest sequence of the game so far, as the Rangers try to make this 2-1. Honestly, I don't know how they did. When we get to the second intermission, I will give you a scoring reset around the league, as we've had a few games go final. We've had several 10:30 Eastern games. The Kings are destroying the Coyotes 5-1, but you would expect playoff teams to do that. But the reason I say that is because last time Tampa played Arizona at Arizona State University, they're still playing at the College Arena, Mullet Arena. They lost 1-0 to Arizona. Well, nothing like that now, as the LA Kings have a 5-1 lead. The Canucks are up 2-1 with 9:47 left to go in the second on the Philadelphia Flyers. Sabres and Sharks tied at 1. My hometown Red Wings taking on the Seattle Kraken at Climate Pledge Arena. That is 1-1 after 1. When we take a look and see who scored the goals and who is available tonight. So I do not see Jacob Verana in the lineup. He is active ever since coming out of the Players Assistance Program. Billy Husso stopped 9 out of 10. It's Philip Grubauer, the same 9 out of 10. It was Jordan Eberle with the first of the game, with his 12th from Carson Soucy and Pew Suter from Wallman and Zadina. Suter's had a few goals over the last few games, including a shootout winner. He scored that in 1944. So those are always the killers. You score that just before the period ends. Sportsnet feed is showing some of the action that has gone back and forth, and it's been heavy Flames action with the exception of the last 40 seconds before we went to break. So 5:30 left to go in this second. The Rangers are still down 2-0. They're on the road one more time. They're in part of the Canada road trip. They just got a 5-4 shootout win last night after losing 4-1 after one of the Edmonton Oilers. They came all the way back and took the 2 points. Snow Schneider will get this across and try to pick it back up off the D, but he wasn't there. He vacated the left side of the blue one. And now Yaroslav Plot's got to get rid of it quickly. He's going to get it now here for Schneider. Right left pass, Alexei Lafreniere. He's waiting for a pass outlet. He can't stop it in. Markstrom with his best save of the game as he holds on with the left side of the pad. Full bore off the dive. My goodness. It should be a 2-2 game here for the Rangers. But one of them hit the post and Markstrom bailed him out. So Kakko will get this now here for Lafreniere near the left side of the red line. And the Flames just need to start going back to what they're doing right now, because it seems like the Rangers starting to make some inroads. They've not scored yet, but those are two golden opportunities, more golden than Golden Corral. And no, I've never been there, as this goes toward the left side of his pad and stays out. It was Lafreniere all the way for Filip Chytil, and full stretch was Jacob Markstrom holding on to that left post. 5-0-1 in his last 6 starts against New York. So if Darryl Sutter had a hunch, or if he had his notes in front of him, I imagine he's a very well-prepared coach. He knows Markstrom numbers, so you got to feel that hunch, especially when both of your goaltenders are at a sub-900 save percentage. Well, that's got to get better. So Weegar plays this off the forehand now, and behind the office here, Markstrom, as they try to get this out. But eventually going to have to peel back and play that 200-foot game. Chris Tanev off the left side of the wall. Ritchie still battling for it right now as Rangers can settle it down. Lindgren looking for the traffic as it was stopped by the left pad of Markstrom. There's another stick is falling right in the front of it, but Tanev will pick this up near the left dot. Now we'll play it off the forehand, and we'll see if the Flames can gain entry into the offensive end. Ritchie stole the one off the forecheck as Lewis comes in there trying to break this puck loose, but the Rangers will pick it up. 3:35 left to go in this fast-moving second period. Kreider racing down the left wing as it goes on the left pad of Markstrom. Almost nipped the post as well as this is dumped all the way down the ice. and Halak will watch this go for an icing as Keandre Miller gets there off the hybrid touch. 3:29 left to go in the second. John on here with you on the Sportsnet feed. We are watching on ESPN Plus on the Calgary Flames feed side of it. Cooper Hopkins sent me a message on Instagram. He's not going to be able to join tonight, but I imagine we are going to be busy as far as the next week's side of it for the Flames because they play nothing but playoff teams. So I know he's going to want to get on the broadcast. And if he gets a chance to call some of those periods too, I will take the color side of it as we usually switch off. When we had the Red Wings and the Flames, as they meet twice only in opposite conferences, we both switched off for a couple periods for the home ice advantage. It was a lot of fun. So I'm sure we'll do some of that same stuff. So Panarin off the pass nicely there. Trocheck off a couple of stick lifts. Nazem Kadri will be the first to get there, but this is played nicely for Panarin. He tries to put a pass in the middle of the circles, and what a great goal is Tarasenko. All he had to do was tap it in. Panarin kept it alive. It was Trocheck and Tarasenko near the left circle. Markstrom could do nothing about it. That was the wizardry that we talked about for the Rangers. You got to be able to keep the puck away from the offensive end because back to back or not, the Rangers can make you look silly. Panarin keeps us alive off the back end near the left dot. And Tarasenko, immediate snap as Markstrom, I'm not going to blame him. He had to pick one way. He thought somebody was going to shoot. And Tarasenko had an open net to shoot at. It didn't even matter if Markstrom was in the crease. That was not going to be stopped. And now the scoreline is 2-1 as Tarasenko gets the Rangers on the board. He's got 4 points in 4 games so far, so he's fit right in. And you got to imagine, even though he won the Stanley Cup with the St. Louis Blues, and Ryan O'Reilly was there too, but now he's on the Maple Leafs. Tarasenko got his 12th of the season. He got his second as a Ranger in 4 games from Trocheck and Panarin, and it's a 2-1 game. So Vlad Tarasenko trying to flip it up as a pair of 91s between Tarasenko and Kadri. We'll get it. And now Noah Hannafin has Toffoli trying to play this off the backhand, but good stick up there as they get away from Jonathan Huberdeau. And the Flames will throw this back to their defensive side. They get pushed back by the Rangers here. They've just conceded a goal past Calgary. 2:30 left to go in the second. Tarasenko has made it a 2-1 contest. And New York, as we've said, they've drawn closer on the shot on the scoreboard. It's 20-16 in favor of Calgary, as now they're only up by 1. Toffoli can't get the puck in behind the net as it was brushed away by the Rangers one more time. Michael Stone tried to center it out in front of the net, and all of a sudden, all the stuff you saw from the Calgary as far as some of the creative plays that start to fade away as the Rangers have steadily got more puck possession as each minute continues to tick away here in the second frame. So Lafreniere gains the red line, and this flips up and out of play, I believe. So we're going to get a neutral zone draw with 2 minutes left to go in the second. So from 18 games since January 1st, from first until now, the Rangers are 14-2-2. They average 4 goals a game. Their goal differential is plus 25. The power play is at 27.5%, which is excellent. What's surprising, though, is their penalty kill is only at 79%. You want that to at least be around 80. That is the bottom that you would want, 8 out of 10 killed, because you don't want everyone else always scoring with the man advantage. So those numbers got to get better. But they'll take the 14-2-2, no doubt about it. So the Calgary Flames, we're used to this. They lead the NHL with 32 games decided by 1 goal. Out of 32 games they've played, then within 1 goal, they've won 12 of them. So Darryl Sutter plays a lot of these games, but again, it's one of those things that's very different from the start of the game when they scored 2 goals in the first minute. Now it looks like a game that's been controlled by the Rangers of late, and we still got another period to work with at least, if it's not tied up to 3. So 1:45 left to go in the second. Jordan here with you, watching this one on ESPN Plus. That's Filip Chytil trying to find Fox, but Adam Lindgren will go ahead and get it. Flip it all the way down. Now for Jacob Markstrom. And Sidorov has it now for Andrew Mangiapane, now with Mikael Backlund off the forehand. Backlund will shoot it off the forehand and keep it low. He was looking for a rebound opportunity. This one all the way around the inboards, but Mangiapane got stolen before he could get there. Blake Coleman, as Ryan Lindgren leaves it here between Adam Fox. Chris Tanev and Lafreniere are tied up, and I don't see a penalty hand up in the air at any point. As Chytil, he works his way off the backhand. Lucic trying to fight him off here the right side of the boards. And now Coleman for Uyghur. As this gets split back down to Chris Tanev, and now the Flames have it with 1 minute left to go in the second as they gain the red line as this falls back to Yaroslav Halak. Back in behind the D for Niko Mikula and Jacob Trouba. It's Keandre Miller now. Keandre Miller gets this all the way back. Will this be iced? No, it will not. So it is Huberdeau and Anderson will get a piece of it with Milan Lucic as they'll gain the entry one more time, the Flames, and they'll try to chip and chase this puck. Again, I say that because it's been indicative of what the Flames have done. In the first period, they looked like a completely different team, but now they're falling back into that same old trap. Capo Caco will play it ahead. Here's a chance now for Kreider near the right side, down off the drop pass, but the slap shot goes way wide near the left side boards. Flames just trying to get this out as it's a little bit of a triple team. Kako will get this in the middle of the dot, but Rasmus Andersson is there as this goes away just from the stick lift of the Rangers. Flames have it. Somebody's got to check back on side. Got time for one more opportunity. If they let it go quickly, it's off the left pad of Falat, and that's how the first period will end. Or at least 0.5 seconds, we're going to get a penalty call. And if this is against the Rangers, you can't do that with less than a second remaining. Gerard Gallant's not going to be happy about it. We get a hooking call signified by the referee, but we'll see who it's going to be on. It looks like Calgary might get the second power play as Jacob Peltier got slashed. So Keandre Miller takes it right at the 1955.5 marker, or 1959.5, however you do it. They'll just designate it right at 20 minutes because there's a half a second left to go in the second period. So no time for a shot, even off the puck drop. So you'd think you can go right to the dressing room, but we'll play it as it is. As it is, Calgary has an empty net, and they put 1.4 seconds left to go on the clock. So this makes a lot of sense because there's not enough time for them to wire it all the way down unless they would just shoot it and go right on and try to beat the buzzer. But I doubt it. Now 1.4 seconds. So we'll see if they can just force the middle of the slot off of a face-off win and shoot as fast as possible. It's like the only thing you can do with 1.4 seconds. So Kadri, he wants to take this draw, and Gerard Gallant saying, hey, you put too much damn time back on the clock. You know that's what he's saying. He's saying F that. There's too much time left on the clock. It was 0.5, and now it's 1.4, but we are at the Settle Dome right now, and the home clock judge probably can get an extra second on there without anybody knowing. All you can do if you're Calgary is win it clean and try to win it toward the right and get a shot immediately. You can't even pull it back. So Kadri set to take the draw here against Barclay Goodrow. And that's going to be it, and that's all of the second period. So Vlad Tarasenko makes it a 2-1 game. Calgary's still enjoying the lead after two, but the Rangers have had that pace of play in the second, and we'll see what the third will bring us. Come right back. We'll call the last stands action potentially when we come back from the break.
Sam Adams just the haze has all the taste of an IPA, but no alcohol.
I'm sorry, what's that now? Your cousin. Wrong, and non-alcoholic, that delicious thing. I don't want to like it. No! Congratulations, I like it. Is that what you want to hear?
Eat like a king who's on the budget. 3 tasty options, fries, drink, and nuggets, all for $5. Wait, that can't be.
Appreciate the likes on that side, guys. Appreciate you guys listening along between YouTube and the Twitter Spaces side. Again, I will be back on Monday. I will get the schedule out there probably sometime in late Sunday into Monday morning, a little bit of a late night. Hopefully the call and everything else sounds good. I'm trying to get with little sleep as possible. Had some stomach issues and things like that. Nothing bugs, nothing sick. It's just one of those typical days.
Looking for something like this?
We're going to go ahead and type in this goal notes, and then I'll give you a recap of the game so far, and then we'll go take a look around the league. I'm going to flip right now as we'll have some time. Get this typed, and we'll take a live look at the Seattle Kraken and the Red Wings. We want to see on the hometown side of it if the Red Wings can win 6 in a row and pull themselves away, because they're only 2 points out of a playoff spot right now. And as the Hurricanes beat the Washington Capitals without Alex Ovechkin, that's going to put Detroit in the driver's seat again if they can win this one against Seattle. So it's a 2-1 lead for Seattle with 16:20 left to go in the second period. As we talk about my buddy Cooper Hopkins, he is from Seattle, but he lives in Orange County, California now. When he took a trip down to visit some family over the holidays, he got me a Matty Beniers jersey, which I paid it for him, obviously, for the U of M man on that side. So I get to watch Dylan Larkin and Matty Beniers go head-to-head. But I couldn't wear my Seattle jersey against the Red Wings because that'd be sacrilege. That's my own team. I can root for them any other time when they're not playing Detroit.
Schwartz played it back to the line for Schultz. Knocked away. Here's Zadina. Couldn't get in. He was checked. Ballman will go back. Around for Sutter. 6 points, the past 6 for Sutter. Going to retrieve his Carson Sousa. Back there. Played by Alex Weinberg. Up now for Tannen. On the wing, Sousa, the defenseman. Picked off by Sutter. Good little delay there to get one hand to Rasmussen. Alex Weinberg got a piece of him. Weinberg and Bjorkstrand, both former Columbus Blue Jackets. Up back to the corner. And good takeaway there by Rasmussen. The other side was Fabry. Fabry got position, but carried out. Bjorkstrand for center with a long shooting. Back to him again. Toffoli couldn't clear. First on it, Coleman. Back to the line. Bertuzzi in front of Alexiak. He got knocked away for Will Morgan. Chipped the rest of the way by Bjorkstrand. In goes Coleman. Raiders from Nashville, December the 12th. Coleman had 4 points in 13 games with Nashville. He's got 14 and 21 with Seattle. Adam Larson. Looks to the slot for Eberle. And up to hit for 3. And it's gorgeous. Mixing it up with Gerard. Two tonight for Jordan Eberle. As the Kraken lead by 1.
First drive to DQ, that's a big deal. Kind of like that new bacon queso cheeseburger $7 meal deal. Oh, cheesy queso goodness. And from a drink and a Sunday. Big deal indeed. And now, whoa, look out. DQ, tastes good.
This season, DraftKings Sportsbook is your place to bet on the greatest sport on earth. There's so many ways to get closer to the game. And with this latest offer, you can win big. And that is deserving of some victory stick taps.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up with the promo code, and take advantage of this great offer.
And get in on the action with an official sports betting partner.
All right, so let's get you a reset here for the game between the Flames and the Rangers. So it looked pretty good for the Calgary Flames in the first minute of this contest. It was 38 seconds and 46 seconds. The Calgary Flames became the first team in NHL history from December 20th, and right now the score within 8 seconds apart in 2 games in the regular season. It was Andrew Mangiapane with his 12th. It was just a great play by Mangiapane to be able to stay with Keandre Miller. Keandre Miller played some excellent defense, trying to poke it away several times off the backhand, and almost near the right side of the red line. Mangiapane lets the backhand go, beats Yaroslav Halak, makes a great individual play. It's 1-0 Calgary. Then right off the center zone faceoff win. Jacob Peltre, Jonathan Huberdeau gain the offensive zone. They make a couple of passes to and fro, and Nazem Kadri from the drop pass from Jonathan Huberdeau off the one-timer. Kadri makes it 2-0, again 8 seconds apart. Calgary looks really good in the first period, but as that second period has gone along, it was Vlad Tarasenko in the second period at 16:53 from Vinny Trocheck and Artemi Panarin. It's a 2-1 lead now for Calgary. All of a sudden, Calgary's play looks like it used to with the bevy of dump-ins. New York starts to have most of the puck possession. And Vlad Tarasenko from Trocheck and Panarin, it was beautiful passing with Tarasenko one-timer near the right dot. And there's no chance for Jacob Markstrom to make the save. And it's a 2-1 game, and now it's anybody's contest. We've talked about what the Rangers can bring. This is their second 7-game win streak of the season. Calgary on the other end, they're just outside wild card number 2, and they need points. So they really need to hold on to this win, and they've got to find an effort like the first. I don't care whether it's quick strikes or not. What you liked in the first was they looked like a different team up and down the ice, more so than what they've been showing. If they can't show more of that, the Rangers could be in the very position again where they could take this in OT or in regulation. So Calgary needs to find that jump one more time. We're taking a look on the Seattle Kraken and the Red Wings, a local assignment for myself after our game is done. Probably able to get a little bit of that live call as well. I'm just going to double check to see how much time is left to go in the intermission for the Flames and the Rangers so I don't miss it. So the Flames will be on the power play when we come back. Got about 10 minutes left to go, it looks like.
Able to find Osterley. Saturday, February 25th. Watch the action live as the Wings take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Gerard Gallant's former team. Plus the first 7,500 fans in attendance received a Lucas Raymond bobblehead. For tickets, go to DetroitRedWings.com.
Red Wing fans travel well no matter where they go. You can definitely say that. Like at the Belly Sports Detroit feed here on this side is live looking because it's a local time for me. Everything else can be blacked out. But they always travel well. It's a 2-1 lead. Jordan Eberle has both goals for Seattle. Hugh Suter has the lone goal for the Red Wings. The shots are 13-12 in favor of the Kraken as they're at Climate Pledge Arena tonight. It's one of the late 10:30 games. There's a few of them tonight. Some final for you. It is Hurricanes. They won the game outside against the Capitals. Again, the Capitals, they don't have the games in hand, and they lost another one. So if the Red Wings do win this one, that would be big because Florida lost and Washington lost and Pittsburgh lost, and those are all the teams that are in front of them as Detroit is just sitting 2 points out of a playoff spot. So this is big time for Detroit to be able to gain on 3 teams and really put themselves in the driver's seat as far as a playoff positioning is concerned. So Hurricanes won 4-1 over the Caps. Ryan O'Reilly's debut for the Maple Leafs, that went well against the Canadiens, as you would expect. A 5-1 win for Toronto. I'm going to flip back on our feed. Columbus actually upset the Stars in a big way. It was a 4-1 win for the Blue Jackets over Dallas at American Airlines. So that's very surprising on that side. The Stars would lose one of those games. I want to take a look and see who's in goal for the Stars. It was Wedgwood. Wedgwood was pretty good. He made 33 out of 36 saves. On the other end, Jonas Korpisalo just a bit better, 20 out of 29 to get the victory for Columbus as they still sit dead last in the East and dead last in the West are the Chicago Blackhawks. Devils all over the Penguins. They win 5-2. The Bruins destroy the Islanders 6-2, and the Avalanche, same thing as they smothered the Blues 4-1. Preds blow out the Panthers 7-3. The Lightning are catching up here. It's 4-3 now. They were down 4-1 to the Golden Knights at T-Mobile Arena. If you've never been there, I went there once during March Madness before COVID. If you ever get a chance to go to T-Mobile Arena, go. It's absolutely wonderful. You're probably going to have a fan seating chart of about half and half, as it's very much of a travel type team. Look, the Golden Knights are very passionate about their team, but it's a good opportunity for a lot of road fans because there's an opportunity for you to go to Vegas and have fun and watch a game. It's always a lot of fun there. Game's underway. 2-1, as we said, for the Kraken over the Red Wings, both for Eberle, one for Hugh Suter. It's a 2-1 lead for the Sabres over the Sharks. 5-1 for the Kings over the Coyotes at Crypto.com Arena. Canucks have taken a 3-2 lead at Rogers Place. And in our game, it's 2-1 in favor of the Flames at the end of 2.
To you, it may just be an elevator. Here goes nothing. But for a young homeowner becoming their parents, it's a learning opportunity.
Come on in. The more the merrier. Parasol. Bonjour. We got any out-of-towners in the elevator?
It is not easy.
10th floor, huh? Must be a heck of a view.
Okay, so everyone else is facing this way?
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you buy that on auto loans.
Okay, that was terrible. Okay, let's hang back. We're going to try that again.
Any questions, Chris?
Oh, good. Thanks, Cora. There you go. One daily hair.
Did you get my refill too?
Maybe.
Healthier is auto refills and deliveries made easy.
Your lifesaver.
Enterprise is ready when you are. For all the, are we there yet? And look at that. The anticipation and conversation.
So I appreciate you guys following along between the YouTube and the Twitter Spaces. So we're in the middle of the second intermission in between the Flames and the Rangers. I was wondering if we were going to get half the game that we got 12 days ago in between the 5-4 overtime win for the New York Rangers. It's been a great contest. It's a 2-1 game, but we've not had the same type of fisticuffs. I don't know what caused all of that stuff at MSG, but I just knew that no matter what happens, I had to go ahead and call this game just in case something like that did happen again. So, Canadian side again, it'll be the Rangers and the Winnipeg Jets on the Monday side. That should be a pretty good contest as well. We'll have to see what I'm going to cover on Monday. Again, it's probably going to be the same days. It'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I've kind of gotten in that type of rhythm, so I'm going to stay with that side because I got to at least spend one of the days with the fiance, and then probably one of the days getting all cleaned up and stuff, clean shaven, and get all squared away. I'm going to get a haircut sometime soon as well. But we'll see how that goes. I should be back to do some more commentary with the Waterford Sharks here locally from Waterford, Michigan, Highland, Michigan for myself on that side of it. That's going to be sometime in March as we'll do that again. I was supposed to have this weekend's game and last weekend's game, but we don't have a cameraman. So that's just going to leave me on my lonesome to talk to you guys on YouTube and cover some stuff. So I don't want to sit and do nothing. So let's just end up calling some games. And I probably will catch back up with Cooper Hopkins again next week. And then if he's not available on the weekend side, the NBA will be back from the All-Star break. Probably get an NBA assignment on the weekend. Maybe I'll join Dustin Hall. We'll cover another Mavs game between Luka and Kyrie Irving. But since that trade, it's not been very good.
It's amazing. Hydrate's better than the expensive stuff.
I don't live here, so I'm taking this and whatever's in the back.
It's already sold in the U.S.
But I'm not taking any chances. The UK's #1 skincare has pressed the button.
So 7 votes. I said, can the Flames get the badly needed win tonight? 57% of you say yes. 43% of you say no. You get one more on the other side. We'll go back to 50-50. It's been pretty close on that.
This is the Lexus variety of electrification. Inspired by, created for, and powered by you. Introducing a technological achievement so advanced, it rivals the moon.
Okay, rude. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At Charmin, we're all about the science of softness. So, we've doubly tested our Charmin Ultra Soft to prove its value really stacks up. First up, cushy soft test. Wow! Soft.
So I'm waiting for this game, and I know I have the right channel here. It's the third period is getting underway right now. So we hope that this is the last commercial because I know I have it on the right channel. As far as our flip back, I made sure of that humble. I know I'm tired, but I'm not that tired. So we'll see. It's a Flames power play. There we go. Players are skating on the ice right now. We're going to get settled for the third period. It's a 2-1 lead for the Flames. And Vlad Tarasenko has the latest goal for the St. Louis Blues. Again, he's got 4 points in 4 games since joining. So I know I brought this into the open if you guys joined right away, but in the sense of it, we talk about the kind of run that the Rangers are on. Again, it's another 7-game win streak. But from the last time that we covered them 6 games ago, Artemi Panarin and Mika Zibanejad have 25 points combined. Panarin's got 14 more, and Zibanejad's got 11 more. That's just from 6 games. As the plus-minus has shot all the way up. They've gotten back within 1 now, and we'll see if the Flames can look more like they did in the first over the first minute, as Gerard Gallant still talking with the referee as far as the amount of time that was left on the clock. He's very animated. Again, you got to flush that down the toilet right now. Even if that was just an extra second, there was no time left to do anything. It's really inconsequential on my end, but we'll see what ends up going on. So the second power play of the game there for the Flames, they're pretty much going to start on the power play because Jacob Trouba committed the high stick infraction with a second and a half left to go in the first. As this is picked up now across the defensive zone blue line, the Flames will be going right to left there, and the home Reds with the gold and white piping as Kadri will pick it up, and his pass goes right to the Rangers. The Rangers are in the road white shirts with the red pants going left to right. Rangers still keep this in behind their own end. They're just going to steadily kill some time. They took all the time in the world to clear that down, and the Flames just let them skate with it a little bit. As Flames still have a 2-1 lead, but it's Noah Hannafin off the drop pass. Rasmus Andersson's one of those guys that usually takes it as he likes to enter the zone. But Nazem Kadri gains the entry there with Jonathan Huberdeau. Huberdeau gets stick lifted as the pass goes all the way back. It's going to be a race for the puck now in between VC and Hannafin. And VC will just kind of play a little bit of shadow as this goes all the way back now for Calgary. So right now it looks like they might go 0 for 2 on their power plays. They're not been able to get any shots. They really didn't get any shots in the first one. Off of the forehand, leaves it off the drop pass from Uyghur. It's Backlund. And what a stop by Halot as he was on his heavily padded wallet. And the shot from Toffoli went into the webbing of the catching glove. So that was Calgary's best shot since the first 2 goals. Bang, bang, not even with a minute in. As Tyler Toffoli able to race in the opposite circle, he was on his off wing on the right wing side rather than being teed up on the left where he loves to snipe it as a right-handed shot would. He gets a shot right on as Halot was knocked down, and the shot still went into the catching glove. So face-off upcoming here for Mikael Backlund as he tried to win it in between the legs and picked up by Rasmus Andersson. He punches it down deep before taking a hit as the ref's got to jump out of the way of this puck. He does as the Rangers can clear it all the way down. 25 seconds left to go, and Calgary's second power play of the game. John and I are with you. We're watching this on ESPN Plus. They got the Sportsnet feed, and we're at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome. Dube's pass. Try to find Backlund. Off of the stick lift, the Flames will keep it with Mackenzie Weegar, but they got to gain the offensive zone again as it goes across the Flame and C. Weegar keeps it alive off the forehand. Rasmus Andersson will just rocket this around the inboards. And Tyler Toffoli, instead of skating for it, they're just going to go back and take their change. I thought they might at least have a little bit of puck possession, but I guess they wanted to make sure that they weren't caught all the way back. Trocheck fakes the slapper, gets stick lifted by Mackenzie Weegar, and now Lucic will get it. Now with Schneider as they're stuck around the left side boards. Lucic still trying to get a couple stick battles in there with Trevor Lewis for the Calgary Flames, but Alexei Lafreniere able to merge with it, but it's a lazy pass that allows Tanev to just gain the red line entry and dump it down. Again, if you don't gain that red line, you dump it in. That's an automatic icing. You can't change. As it's picked across for Barclay Goodrow. Lost it in between his skates. Here's Lucic. Tries to use that left body to the left side boards. He's got the size mismatch right now against Udinese. And now Brent Ritchie trying to keep it alive off the forehand. This one right in front of the blue paint for Halot. He made the save, but no Flame was in sight. as this goes toward the right side of the red line. And Nazem Kadri, as one of the New York Rangers, I think, got hit in the face and behind the Calgary Flames netminder Jacob Markstrom. And that pass went way wide. Lafreniere able to get a diving shot block on it. But Jacob Peltrier gets a piece of it. Now Noah Hannafin gains the blue line, gets a steal, keeps it in the offensive end here for the Flames as they work this puck around the inboards. Hannafin will watch this go around. This gets picked up by Pelche in the middle of the slot, but the pass is too hard off the stick. The Rangers are 5-10 when trailing after 2 periods. And for a team as good as them, that's a big surprise. As Panarin puts us around the inboards. They're only down by 1, though. As this goes off of the right side of the crease, try to get picked up by the bread man now, but Mikael Backlund making his life difficult. Noah Hannafin all the way back in his own end tries to put this around the inboards as one of the Flames and the Rangers squad, that was Nico Mikkola, will throw a hit. And now Adam Fox with Tarasenko. Tarasenko will crisscross, leaving it for the Norris Trophy candidate, Adam Fox, as this gets picked up across the right side red line. Flames will get it out with Ryan Lindgren. Lindgren will take his time as the Rangers can get a change, and Gerard Gallant can get some fresh troops on the forward side out there. Really going to take their time now near the left side of the faceoff dot. A good outstretched pass will win the battle there was Ryan Lindgren as he's bounced off the puck with the help of Chris Kreider, trying to break it away from Tyler Toffoli and Mackenzie Weegar. He's open in between the circles in his own end. This is a bullet pass. Andrew Mangiapane is going to get to it first now with Dillon Dube and Tyler Toffoli. Tyler Toffoli got bodied off the puck. And now Nico Mikkola tries to get this one across, but he was expecting somebody to shoot it. He just skated way off sides. As Kreider going to have some words there with one of the Flames. But again, nothing comes of it. We had a lot of pushing and shoving, and we had some full-on skill wars and some fights, uppercuts, overhands, everything else from the first game. We haven't had any of that in the second game, but what we still have on tap is a fantastic game and a 1-goal game at that again, where it's 2-1 as we're sitting 15-23 in the third. Calgary's got a 24-17 edge on shots. They're carrying most of that same edge from the first period. It was the first period that was all Flames. It was the second period that was mostly Rangers as they got back within 1. And we will see what the third period will leave us, as it's been pretty even so far. And between the D side, Adam Ruzicka gets this out. Again, no Elias Lindholm as he's waiting on the birth of his child as his wife's in labor. And we'll see how that goes. He was going to play today, but it was depending on if the baby was going to arrive today. So it was not. So not at least by game time, but he will be able to go ahead and play in the next contest that the Flames will have upcoming. They have Philadelphia upcoming next, and then Arizona. So this will be time to get a couple easier matchups, but if they can pick up these 2 points against the Rangers and get the next couple against Philadelphia and against Arizona, that then puts them into the gauntlet where I'll be joined by Cooper Hopkins, I'm sure, and we will have a lot more Flames games to cover because of the amount of teams that are playing there, like Colorado, Dallas, a couple times in Minnesota, Toronto. I mean, this is going to be playoff teams that you're playing. Nothing for about 7 straight games for about 2 weeks' time. Mangiapane fires it way wide, and he was open all alone near the left dot as he missed the right side post. Mangiapane now with Backlund as he gets knocked down, and Nico Mikkola is busy in behind there. So not as much Lindgren and Fox. Gerard Gallant going to give Mikkola some first-line time out there with Adam Fox and see how he gels. As this is picked up by VC near the left side, but canceled off by the Flames. It was cleared. Adam Fox got an intercept, but good back check by the Flames just to get a piece of it as Andrew Mangiapane tries to push it away from Braden Schneider. Good toe drag move by Chytil, but he missed the right side of the post. He was trying to make some space in between the circles. And now it's the Rangers looking for a deflection as it goes off the right pad of Markstrom. Nikita Zadorov, his clear attempt goes just away from Braden Schneider, and now Nico Mikkola will get this one for VC. So second line offensive line out there for Gerard Gallant squad, and mixed with the kid line with Elias Lindholm and Vincent Trocheck. Maybe Lafreniere will get a change, though, as Michael Stone and Backlund have an opportunity to go ahead and get some changes and make the move right to left across the timeline. And Lucic gains the entry as Schneider has some big body contact. It's just picked up now near the left side dot. Artemi Panarin will get across the flaming sea. We'll gain it toward the right side wall, and the shot goes wide. This matriculates around the inboards here for Lucic. Fought off there by a nice stick lift by Mikkola over Hannafin. And this will go now with the Rangers. Again, they're in their road whites. They're at the Saddle Dome right now. As we watch this one on ESPN Plus, it's still a 2-1 lead for the Calgary Flames. 24 shots to 17 in favor of Calgary. Vlad Tarasenko has the latest goal in the second period. Good give and go. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity with Kadri and Huberdeau. Kadri elects to shoot. It goes off the right side pad of the lot. This will stay with the Flames as Jacob Peltier tries to get this D-to-D, but the pass goes too far. And now Chris Kreider lost it off the backhand near the player's bench. It's Peltier. Kadri, slap shot. That goes off the right pad of Halot as he was all alone. He just wanted to tee it up. Now 26 shots to 17. Calgary gets the steal across the Flaming Seas. Peltier will get it back to the defensive side. And Chris Tanev and Weegar will watch as Markstrom will play. This pass goes a little too far for Weegar to get to, but now this goes back to Tanev in his own end. Tanev gets this across the tower to Toffoli. Dillon Dube is gone! This shot off the wrist on forehand gets stopped by Halot with the right pad. He just broke down a couple of Rangers right in the middle of the slot. Got another opportunity. Rasmus Andersson now. Dillon Dube back in his own end. Probably a little bit winded. He's on a 3-game goal streak, 4 goals and 3 assists in the last 3 games. That's 7 points. That is good work. As this gets swept behind the net for Tyler Toffoli off the backhand. Calgary now with all of a sudden a lot of puck possession as it's Go Flames Go champion serenaded at the Saddle Dome. They got to like what they're seeing for their team in this third period. They're playing like they are in the first. As this gets set up here for Mangiapane. That gets blocked by the Rangers. Now a quick outlet the other way. This Capo Caco got absolutely elbowed and then cross-checked was Mangiapane as this goes back to part of the kid line with Alexei Lafreniere. So Schneider, third line defense for Gerard Gallant as Lafreniere tries to ride that right wall, gets stick lifted, and Calgary will pick it back up. It's Mikael Backlund. He's been the longest tenured Flame, been one of the best ones all year. He's a plus 17. Rangers have it in the defensive end as they're looking for a quick breakout pass, and this one will be ice. This is too far from Artemi Panarin's speed. 10:58 left to go in the third. 27 shots to 17 in favor of the Flames. It's still a 2-1 contest. We do not have a goal yet in this third. He had 2 goals in the first minute for the Calgary Flames. Those were from Andrew Mangiapane and Mikael Backlund at 38 seconds in, and then Nazem Kadri, goal number 21 from Jonathan Huberdeau and Jacob Peltier. It was Vlad Tarasenko at 16:53 from Vincent Trocheck and Artemi Panarin, and nothing yet in the third. Yaroslav Halot, 8-1 in the last 9 games. I believe it said against the Flames, maybe 8-1 in the last 9 games, period, that he's played. Hasn't played that lot, but you need to have a competent backup with Igor Shesterkin. You can't always burn that candle on both ends, as he's always a Vezina candidate. So Chris Tanev, now with Lucic, pick it up toward the right side wall. It's Trouba. As he stays patient, as Panarin, he tried to center one in front, but that was a good block by Weegar, but it's stolen. Trocheck, Tarasenko, patient as he pivots. He tried to stuff it in over Markstrom, but Markstrom says no, gets the stoppage, and we're going to go to immediate timeout. Dillon Dube split the middle of Adam Fox and Linger, and they try to slash at him, and it hit Halot in the mask and stayed out. 10:23 left to go in the final frame.
We love the environment. We work to protect it. The Subaru Solterra electric SUV.
So the Wings and the Kraken, it's still 2-1. So Red Wings are doing what they have to do. They had 6 games in 10 days when they played against Calgary in that last matchup on Thursday. So I know there's going to be some tired legs, but you got to keep yourself in the game. So the Golden Knights scored 4 in the first. The Lightning came back, and now it's 4-3. Did Vasilevsky give up 4 is the question. Yes, Vasilevsky's given up 4. 789 save percentage. On the other end, it's Aiden Hill, 16 out of 19. As that's anyone's game with 4:40 left in the second.
Have you ever seen an entire arena go cold or become immortal? Welcome to the playoff push.
So we're in a little bit of a commercial break. 10:23 left to go in the third. John out here with you on the call. We're watching the Sportsnet feed on ESPN Plus. It was the rematch between the Flames and the Rangers from about 12 days ago. That was the best game of the regular season, so I had to see if part two was going to bring up any of those other fights, any of those other intrigue. It's brought up all the same intrigue as far as the scoring. It's 2-1 instead of 5-4, but the game's still close. None of the fights, so whatever that was the bug in the air at Madison Square Garden, that's definitely gone now. But this game's still close and for the taking. Calgary needs these points. They're sitting out of wildcard spot numero dos. It's all you get. It's a couple wild cards in the NHL, and they need these points. So back in the action right now, it's Vincent Trocheck, but Mikael Backlund gets the stick lift and the steal. As Mangiapane has it, we're getting to the halfway point of this third period. The Flames still up 2-1. They've played the type of game they needed to in order to win a game like this, meaning having the puck possession, getting the better of the chances. That second period got a little dicey, but Calgary certainly got on their front foot again. But again, this is the Rangers. Don't care if it's a back-to-back or not. Lindgren, his shot goes to the left of the post. And now Artemi Panarin will pick this up off the backhand to get this one to Tarasenko. In between the legs, good chip ahead now for Mikael Backlund. His Backlund, he got canceled off and elbowed by Tarasenko. And Tarasenko has it, and behind the office gets set up here for the Rangers as they try to go left to right. 9:25 left to go in this third. John here with you from the Scotiabank Saddledome. Again, I will have my next week's schedule probably between sometime late Sunday night and Monday morning. We have a late night tomorrow, but I'm looking forward to bringing the rest of this contest with you and writing the game story at HopelessSportsGuide.wordpress.com when it's all said and done. So 9-10 left to go in the third, and they got a penalty call upcoming. And this will go, I believe, against Nazem Kadri for interference, and that will put the Rangers on the power play, and that is not what you want right now if you're Calgary. 9-10 left in the third. We'll see what they can do on the power play.
Did you know that in 1 year there were more than 22,000 speed-related crashes in Michigan? Did you know that most speeding tickets in Michigan cost over $100? You know it now, so slow it down.
We all have a part to play in this game.
So come with that hunger.
Bring that fire.
Bring it all in. Because now is the time. The XFL continues today on ABC and ESPN.
Back to his crease. To skip away the centering attempt by Steele. Well, here comes the Wilson looking at step back play.
We have 9-10 left to go in the third. When we come back from the commercial break, Nazem Kadri going to the box for a hook, and that's going to put the Rangers on the power play. They're down 2-1 at the Scotiabank Saddledome. John out here with you tonight. I'm going to run the play-by-play and give you the game story when it's all said and done. So Kadri with a little bit of a hook and hold on Mika Zibanejad, and that's what the offense is going to be. As Kadri slams the penalty door box, he is not happy. He knows what's at stake, and so do fans do if you even marginally watch hockey here as far as what the Rangers can do on the power play. So Kadri goes to the box at 10:50 for interference. It stays in there by Adam Fox as he's in the high slot. Gets spun around for Vlad Tarasenko. Now Adam Fox. Tarasenko touch pass to Panarin near the right dot. Panarin looks into the traffic. Oh, it stayed out somehow. And Markstrom was down. I don't know if that just missed the net or grazed the left side of the post. But we're still live. Fox now near the right side dot as the crowd is buzzing. And now Panarin, Breadman's got to the high slot. Fox will touch it from Panarin. Fox will hold. He looks for the cross pass. The one-timer gets fanned on by Mika and then dumped on the ice on the players' bench. So this will stay a neutral zone draw. I'd love to take a look at the replay myself. Again, I can't show it to you on the YouTube purposes because you get demonetized and never get a chance to do any more of these broadcasts. But it's Adam Fox off the tip, and then the one-timer for Mika Zibanejad So Kreider gets a tip. Mika Zibanejad, oh, he just missed it. Markstrom was down and out, and he just missed it near the right side of the bar. He had the whole left part of the crease to shoot at. He just couldn't get the shot accuracy. And for somebody like Mika, that's a bullet dodge for Calgary as this gets flipped down the ice. So the Rangers are on their second power play. Calgary's had two. So it's been a fast-moving game right now. It's 2-1 contest here at the Saddledome because Zibanejad in full flight trying to leave it there for Panarin as they gain the entry a little too easily. Fox off the deflection as this goes now for Vlad Tarasenko. He drops his stick. Flames will get this one down the ice. It's now 27 shots to 20 in favor of Calgary. The Rangers keep it in toward the high slot now near the right dot. It goes across the right wall. Panarin eludes a Coleman hit as this goes around for Mika Zibanejad. And now easy steal for Dillon Dube. This bounces off the referee, hits him in the left skate, and he is hopping around, and he is hurt a little bit. So number 53, the ref, again, I don't have the numbers of the names of the officiating that's here tonight, but he got worked on the left part of his skate, and he was hopping around. Unfortunately for the Flames, that's going to stay a neutral zone draw and not a clear all the way down the other end, as one of the referees is certainly smart because you don't get a lot of cover near the left side of your foot. Anywhere near your skates, if you get hit with a puck, that's going to feel like a broken foot. That's definitely going to hurt because these pucks get fired in about 85 miles an hour, and that definitely hurts. So 32 seconds left to go in the power play here for the Rangers. As Chris Tanev and Rasmus Andersson take a look on Rasmus on the bench right now with Michael Stone. I think the refs are just going to make sure they dictate where the faceoff's at. The same guy got hit in the foot. He's the one that's got to drop the puck in the neutral zone. Vincent Trocheck. He'll get the faceoff win as this gets wrapped around the inboards by Kreider. But the Flames will get a piece of it. They'll dump it down. This gets gathered by Halat. And now 7:25 left to go in the third. It's a 2-1 lead for the Calgary Flames. Badly needed 2 points right now to put them back within the playoff race. Again, they're not far behind it, but they got to stop staggering around with the win one, lose one. They got to get something going. Oh, did this go in? Did this go near the right side of the red line? Markstrom didn't know where it was. And off the one-timer, Alexei Lafreniere, I think that bled near the right side of the red line, just barely, just matriculated across the line. And Lafreniere ties this game at 2. I think the refs might take a look at it. We might get an extra look as far as whether or not win. I think it just barely crossed the line. As the Rangers gain the entry, there was a one-timer near the left circle. And off of the first attempt, that was punched in maybe by Blake Coleman. So Blake Coleman obviously didn't mean to do it, but the last one to shoot is going to get the goal. That was Alexei Lafreniere. Coleman tried to stop it from going across the red line, but I think Coleman was the one that put it in. Nonetheless, it's a 2-2 game now, and the Rangers have tied it. So Rangers were down 2-0. They were down 4-1 in the first period against the Oilers. They've come back against both of these Canadian teams, and it's a brand new hockey game right now. So Panarin tried to keep this alive off the forehand. All of a sudden, the Rangers got possession again as Jacob Trouba's shot. It's brushed aside. Lafreniere's got his 10th of the power play. The 12:48 marker from Chytil and Keandre Miller. Kadri, he's back out on the ice right now after serving the costly penalty. It's a 2-2 game with 6:30 left to go in the third. As the Flames will get this one down. Again, this isn't a situation where the Flames want 1 point. They're used to that. They're used to losing in overtime. They want to get 2 here. So Chytil will spin around, leave it here for Jacob Trouba. Trouba's pass toward the right side dot, and now it's Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov will find Markstrom. Now Zadorov will play this off the backhand. Gets sent back down. Picked up by Nico Mikkola with Braden Schneider. Third line defense back out there for Gerard Gallant squad. No mixing and mashing at this time. As Zadorov gets it to Stone. And now right to left attempt to go to the Flames. 2-2 score line with 5:55 left to go in the third. John Hunter with you from Scotiabank Saddledome as we get it off sides. Now a 2-2 contest is Alexei Lafreniere. Scores on the power play. Might have got some own help by Blake Coleman, but it doesn't matter. The Rangers were down 2-0. Now it's time to dose. Come right back. We'll see who takes it.
Not so smart.
Well, there is a smart way to say it. Switch Verizon.
Switch to Verizon and get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus. Watch
Appreciate you guys following along on YouTube and Twitter Spaces tonight. It's been a lot of fun to do this game, and it's another one of those games that we do with the Flames. That's always a one-goal contest.
Big and small. And see how changes you make today could help put them within reach.
Redmonds are now down to 3-1 to Kraken, so it looks like the 5-game win streak is going to fall unless they get something going. Jimmy Alexiak for Matty Beniers and Eberle. So Eberle got 3 points tonight. Matty Beniers has a pair of assists for Seattle. So the other Michigan man, he's got 2 points. Dylan Larkin doesn't have any yet. And you got to imagine Dylan Larkin was all over the scouting report for Seattle. But Seattle is a great team. They can roll out all 4 lines. Their only question is their goaltending. But Philip Grubauer continues at the 14-on-15 pace, 2 periods. Detroit's not one of those teams that's going to sit there and outshoot you in mass. So this should be a good one for Seattle as they want to continue to keep pace in the Pacific. And losing 1 game is not going to hurt so bad for Detroit because everyone else around them between Florida, Pittsburgh, and Washington all lost tonight. But for the Buffalo Sabres, if they pick up this point, that's going to be big. Because they're playing San Jose, you would expect them to win that one. It's a 2-2 contest at the end of 2 for the Sabres and the Sharks. So the Flames were feeling good, but a goal in the second period by Vladimir Tarasenko and now 1 in the third from Alexei Lafreniere has made it a 2-2 game and was a couple of goals within a minute from Andrew Mangiapane and Nazem Kadri that made it 2-0, and the Rangers have came back and scored 2 straight goals. Puck gets fed in deep off of Lafreniere, clear, and now Toffoli. He can't get this away from Chytil now. Dillon Dube, he's off to the races. He's in full flight near the left side wing. He's going to fire this off the mask of Falad as it stunned him a little bit. Adam Ruzicka, he's part of that line right now, is Elias Lindholm. Expecting the birth of a child, as this one is for Toffoli that goes up the right side glove, so Elias Lindholm is not going to be available tonight, but he should be when they play against Philadelphia Flyers. Is Toffoli shot? He did get to the left top that time, they got fired wide. And now the Flames will collect. It's Toffoli, and this one will go back to Capocacco, but he can't clear it out. Chytil will just slam this around the end boards. This goes back to the Flames. It's a brand new hockey game right now. Tied at 2. John out here with you watching this one on ESPN Plus. We got the Sportsnet feed. It's 29 shots to 20. It's a 2-2 game right now. Blake Coleman try to gain the entry as they got to wait. Mangiapane, as Coleman was offsides, he got knocked off the puck. Mangiapane will take this back to D. It's Tanev into the deflection. It goes off the left pad of Yaroslav Halak. There's Jacob Trouba trying to brush this down deep. It still stays with Calgary just for the moment as there's some bodies that are flying everywhere. It was Mika Zibanejad that got knocked down. Mackenzie Weegar off a Backlund pass off the backhand. 5-4 win in overtime against the Flames on the Sixers. Well, we covered that game. After that, though, the Flames had won the last 5 games against the Rangers. They liked this matchup. Kadri will flip it ahead away from Schneider. Kadri driving, going short side to the right side post. And that was saved by Halak with the right pad, as the Flames will pick this one back up as Huberdeau. He gets bodied near the left side of the wall. And now Peltier out there with Huberdeau. Huberdeau trying to use a big body forehand. Plays it in between the legs, lifts a shot. This goes toward the left side red line as the Flames still have puck possession. Nazem Kadri gets it now here for Huberdeau. Huberdeau wants that pass across, as you know that they do. And the Rangers can easily get in front of that. Is this one, I think Peltier might have got smoked in the arm. He is slow to get to the player's bench. He's holding on to that left arm. Hope that Peltier is okay. I believe he's the one that got hit up high. As it's Lucic now. He gains the red line. Lucic will get the dump in as this goes around now for Schneider. Now Alexei Lafreniere. He tries to get the puck possession off the windmill, but it goes back to Trevor Lewis with 3:25 left to go in this third. Heavy hit by Lucic. And one of the Rangers drops the stick. That was Chytil. He got absolutely decked. And there is no fight on the other side as there's some pushing and shoving. You thought there might be as Jacob Trouba was able to feed fist before, but Filip Chytil got smoked right in the middle of the chin, and his mouth guard is a little bit down. Lucic got a nice hit there in toward the middle of the defensive zone as he just caught Chytil looking down. I'm getting some looks now at Toffoli's shot. That one actually bounced off of Dube and almost went back toward the left side of the post. That took a crazy hop. That one bounced off of Dube's left skate and just hit the outside of the net as Toffoli wired it wide and almost went in the net anyway. And Lucic and Chytil, that was a big body collision. And Chytil's slow to get up. He's checking his teeth and checking his mouth. Everything's there. He just got absolutely rocked by Milan Lucic. 3:24 left to go in the third. It's a neutral zone faceoff for Calgary. 31 shots to 20 in favor of the Flames, but now it's a 2-2 scoreline as the Rangers get the last couple goals from Vladimir Tarasenko. And then the last one, again, I'll have to go ahead and double check again. I want to make sure I get this correct, as it was Alexei Lafreniere off the power play, but he got an assist from Blake Coleman, put it into his own net. But again, it was really dangerously close from crossing the red line anyway. Barclay Goodrow. Now Nikita Zadorov is stuck in behind the office. Zadorov will try to flip it to Stone. We'll get a chance to get to it first, as Lafreniere was just kind of doing a little bit of shadow work. And this is picked up now across the players' bench. Lucic will get all the way down, and the Rangers stuck in their own end. They're going to try to get this the other way, left to right. Good little touch pass from BC to Zibanejad. Zibanejad drive the right wall. Great stick lift by Mackenzie Weegar to just dispossess Mika Zibanejad. Now Weegar trying to work the other way, flipping it for Dube. Dube's got the speed. You see what he did against the Red Wings the other night on Thursday when he scored a beautiful end-to-end goal from Rasmus Andersson back pass. And around the end boards now, this will stay with Weegar as this pinball intentionally wide. It's Dillon Dube off the forehand. And this gets fired off the end boards. This stays in here for the Flames, but we'll see if the Rangers can get to it first. As it's 2:05 left to go in the third. This is near the right side dot. Tanev trying to win a stick battle. But Mika Zibanejad will collect. Now a pass from Panarin goes off the end boards. It goes right to the Flames into the neutral zone. Getting the entry is Backlund off the forehand. Put this around the end boards here for Mangiapane. Back to Backlund now. Behind the office of Palat, trying to center something out off the center pass. As he gets knocked down, Coleman can't win the stick battle. And the Breadman will flip it down. This touches the stick of Markstrom. Markstrom will play it now for Noah Hannafin. A quick drop pass off the backhand. Mangiapane trying to keep it alive. Expertly puts it off the window. Now for Coleman across the flaming sea, but the backhanded pass is too wide. Minute 25 left to go in the third. This game is tied at dose. Rangers have scored the last two goals. There was a couple goals for the Calgary Flames within the first minute in between Mangiapane and Kadri. And then after that, it's been the Rangers between Vlad Tarasenko and Alexei Lafreniere on the power play. So Tanev gets this one now here for Kadri as the Flames are within a minute. They're picking up another point, but they want to get two. Good body contact on the other side. Trouba, this is in the middle of the circles as the shot gets blocked. Will this stay with the Flames? Kadri puts it around the end boards. Flames keep it in with Tanev off the back pass. They didn't make it to Weegar. They just put it around the end boards now near the left side of the red line. There's a chance for Lucic's pass, and this gets picked off now by the Rangers. The Flames want to make sure, again, they want to get 2 points, but they can't do anything silly. They got to bank at least one of these. They've been good at doing that for the most part. Mackenzie Weegar will flip it, and now Andersson will get this across the players' bench. This is Lindgren. Now for Fox, as the first line defense is out there for the Rangers. It's a race for the puck, and Jimmy VC will overskate. Flames get this out of their own end. Off the back pass, it's Ritchie. And Lucic had it sticked away. Now VC. This gets sticked away nicely there by Tanev. Now down to 8 seconds. Looks like we're going to go to overtime. We're tied at 2, and we'll see who's going to take this extra point. Flames are used to these games, and for the second meeting in between these two teams, we're going to require more than just 60 minutes. When we come back, we'll call the overtime action in a moment. So I am glad to say that both of these games that we covered between these two teams have both required overtime, and we should have a lot of fun with it. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this. Don't need to have a huge crowd. I just want to have a crowd that actually enjoys it and looks forward to the broadcast. I apologize again that I can't show it to you on the YouTube side because it would be demonetized. I'd never be able to do any of these things again. So might as well have a little bit of an audience. We couldn't have anything at all. So I appreciate you guys following along on YouTube. Appreciate the likes, and I appreciate anyone that follows on the Twitter Spaces side. If you want clear audio, it's the same at John Reinott. So we're going to be heading to overtime momentarily. We're tied at 2. First two goals for the Flames, last 2 goals for the Rangers. Kadri said F you to somebody, and I think he got kicked out of this game. Nazem Kadri, before we even got to the overtime puck drop, he just said F you to the referee. He got kicked out of the game. So Kadri's gone. Nazem Kadri's gone. He's not going to be able to play the rest of this game. I believe how it works, though, is if it gets to the shootout, he'll be allowed to play, but he's not going to be able to play in this overtime. But he's been tossed by the Zebras here. So no Nazem Kadri for this overtime. This was happening right after the third period. The referee went right to Nazem Kadri. He must have said something on the bench. He's like, what, me? What's going on? Then he slammed his stick. He said, that's BS. He slammed his stick again. He said, F you to one of the other players across it. He said that a couple times. Now you hear him say it a couple more times. He's still continuing to say it. As Vladar gives him a couple stick taps, he slammed his stick down. He ran right to the player's bench. So I'm not exactly sure what happened with Nazem Kadri to get him so animated, but already missing Elias Lindholm, waiting for the birth of a son or daughter from his wife and all that. Now you don't have Nazem Kadri, so we'll see how that goes as you're missing Elias Lindholm and Kadri now. So 4:50 left to go in this overtime. It's Chytil, Panarin, and Fox on the ice right now on the 3-on-3. I'm very curious to wonder what happened and what was said. So Panarin now near the right side of the left dot. Chytil going to gain the entry off the backhand, stopped by Markstrom. And now Andersson has it as they'll go left to right in this overtime. Calgary needs to bank both of these points. It's not about getting one. They already got one. Overskated by Andersson, and now he got smoked. As this will get bounced, Toffoli gets a piece of it away from Panarin, and now it's a stick battle and a bear hug. Sticks are battle all over. The Flames are going to want a penalty, and now somebody got smoked in the mouth with Dillon Dube. And I have to imagine there's got to be some pushing and shoving at one point, maybe even after this game is over. Artemi Panarin absolutely got a piece of Dube. After trying to get the puck from Tyler Toffoli, he's going to go to the box, and Dillon Dube looks like he might have got hit on the left side of his eye. They're checking to make sure whether or not this is a 2 or a 4. So after Elias Lindholm, as we said, we knew he wasn't going to be in this game waiting for the birth of the child. And Darryl Sutter eloquently said it. It depends on when the child comes out if he's able to play tonight. So they knew they weren't going to have Elias Lindholm. Well, now they don't have Nazem Kadri, and that was curious right after the end of the third period of what was said. And after some action here, Toffoli is getting absolutely worked. He's got his stick stuck into Artemi Panarin, and then Panarin just smoked Dube right in the face. But I think they're going to send Fox to the box. So 50 seconds into this OT, Calgary's got a 4-on-3 power play. This is their golden opportunity to take 2 points. They lost the first regular season meeting in overtime. Karsten Pearson said, I need the Rangers to score. Is Toffoli going to start in OT? Yes, he is. He's going to spend a lot of that time. And now without Elias Lindholm and Kadri, you would think Toffoli's going to get the majority of this time, possibly get double shifted. But this is an opportunity for Calgary to score and go 1-1 in the series. Well, 1-0-1 between both of these teams if they do score. Because you only get 2 games on the opposite side of the conference. But both of these games have been excellent. So Backlund and Zibanejad. Zibanejad is going to get kicked out. And now this will get picked up here by the Flames. They got offensive zone possession. It's a 4-on-3 power play in overtime. Again, if you don't get a goal here, it's going to go to the shootout. We'll see what happens with Nazem Kadri because I think he can still participate in the shootout, just not in the OT as he got kicked out. So Rasmus Andersson keeps it in. Now for Toffoli, he's getting double shifted. It's Backlund near the right side dot. We'll crisscross with Toffoli, but instead go to Rasmus Andersson. Backlund. Rasmus Andersson now near the light dot. This Calgary is very patient. It's a 2-2 game in overtime. 3:35 left to go in this extra session. Backlund has it in the middle of the slot. Scores! Gets the tip for Backlund, and the Flames win this game in overtime. My goodness, both of these games were excellent. And the Flames take a badly needed 2 points as they win this one in overtime. No Lindholm, no Kadri, no problem. The Flames win this one 3-2. And the Flames got their power play. It was a costly penalty by Adam Fox. It was high sticking. Nothing spectacular for Calgary. They knew they had the puck possession on the 4-on-3 and the LT. They keep it alive as New York tried to clear it around the inboards. It was Rasmus Andersson as this went to Jonathan Huberdeau. He shot it through the screen. It got tipped by Backlund. And the Flames win this one 3-2. It was a 2-0 lead for Calgary. It went 2-2 to the LT. But Calgary gets that extra point they needed. And they down the Rangers 3-2. The gauntlet of games are upcoming because after Philadelphia and Arizona, they're going to play Minnesota twice. They'll play Dallas. They'll play Colorado, Boston. So those games are coming. So this is a big 2 points here. It needs to be a big 2 points against Arizona and Philadelphia because after that, Cooper Hopkins and I will be on the call together because the Flames are going to play a lot of big-time games. They're going to need to bank these extra points. They got the extra point against the Rangers tonight, and we'll see if they can keep it going when they play it against the Flyers in a couple of nights. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.
With JP Morgan Love Plan, a new tool in the Chase mobile app. Use it to set and track your goals, big and small, and see how changes you make today could help put them within reach. From your first big move to retiring poolside and the other goals along the way.
Thank you guys for following along. I will catch you, I think, Monday, because it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for me on the stream side. It's going to be heavy NHL because the NBA is in the middle of the All-Star break. So I will talk to you guys then. It said, Karsten Pearson said, I win $165 if the Rangers win. I am sorry, Karsten. That was a rough one for you to lose there. It's a desperate Flames team all the way across the board, and they had to get those 2 points. They got that. But I do think if you bet the Rangers going forward right now, it's going to be pretty good. They just lost a 7-game win streak, but we'll see if that will continue going forward. Let me look to see if there's anything else that's close that we can do, because there's a lot of people on this stream right now. For whatever reason, when this game is over, and I appreciate it. Anything close? 2:22 between the Canucks and the Flyers. I guess I can pull that one up real quick. I think we're going to get that one over. I'll have to pull back off ESPN Plus. This will be on CBC for me. If you guys are still in there, I see 5 of you in there, so I won't leave you hanging just yet. So our game just ended in spectacular fashion, but we can take an extra look around the league because this game's close. Between the Canucks and the Flyers, it's 2:22. I won't have all the rosters in front of me here for Philadelphia. I apologize, but 2:22 left in this game. Philadelphia is on the power play. Kevin Hayes is going to get set to take the draw against Connor Garland. And this gets flipped down the ice. So it's going to be a 6-on-4 here for the Philadelphia Flyers as they pulled their goalie, and they're on the power play, but they are down by 2. So John Tortorella pulling up all the stops as you feel like he has to. As Elias Pettersson will flip it down. He might have a chance to put this in the empty net. And Elias Pettersson will salt this one away. It's a short-handed 6-on-4 goal for the Vancouver Canucks. So they had to take a 5-2 lead. As John Tortorella, he's just saying, what the hell is that? You allow a backhand for Elias Pettersson on a 6-on-4? But yes, he did. And it's going to be a 3-goal lead now for the Vancouver Canucks as Elias Pettersson is in the range of a 90 to 100-point season. And that's certainly going to add to that when you can score empty netters, especially off the backhand. That was as easy as you like from about 180 feet, but again, what would I know? In the sense of it, again, I have cerebral palsy on that side, but still, it's 180 feet. He flips it right down dead center bullseye in the middle of the empty net. John Tortorella's quote, as he was talking about being in Alberta, around Vancouver, Canada, Edmonton, and all that, he goes, I loved being in there, but I just hated all the reporters because all of you guys are idiots. That's what he said directly. Grayson says this channel is the best place to sweat NHL bets. Well, you got to share some sympathy, Grayson, for Karsten Pearson. He bet 165. He said he was going to get 165 if the Rangers win, not bet 165, but he was going to win, and the Rangers just lost at OT to the Flames. We're just getting a little live look in here between the Philadelphia Flyers as a shot hit Spencer Martin in the mask, and now Allison and Stillman have a couple rough tumble out there as they're pushing and shoving. Carson says it's rough out there. Yes, it is. If you want my advice as far as some of that stuff going forward, I can tell you which teams I think will win. There was a tough one yesterday, too, because I think it was the game between Colorado and Tampa where it was in the middle of the shootout and Colorado had to win, but they went up against Andre Vasilevsky. I mean, that's tough sledding the way it goes. Carson says, those damn Flames. I feel you on that side, my friend. $1:20 left to go in this third. It's another empty net. Still 6-on-4. Maybe Elias Pettersson get 2 empty net goals. Wouldn't that be something to see in a live look-in as we get 1:05 left to go in this third? Either way, the Vancouver Canucks are going to win this one at Rogers Arena. We've got a minute left to go as this gets dumped in by Philadelphia. Again, it's 6-on-4, but they've just not had a lot of puck possession. Hayes will fake it. Hayes has it now near the right side dot, holds off the forehand, stays patient, shoots it off the mask of Spencer Martin. As Eller will get this down. Now Elias Pettersson, he's got a chance for 2 empty net goals. As he flips it, he scores again. Elias Pettersson, pad your stats, my friend. 2 empty net goals, 2 shorthanded goals for Elias Pettersson. It's 6-2. I don't think I've ever seen that in a live look-in. It's 2 6-on-4s with an empty net pool. John Tortorella doesn't give an F. It's 6-2. Carson says, I just started getting into the NHL. Don't let the bets get you down. I'll tell you that. But I will say this, Karsten, on that side of it. I know I'm usually joined by Cooper Hopkins. He is the Calgary Flames resident expert. It was just me on the play-by-play tonight. When we get into the playoffs around May and June, it's coast to coast for me, especially in the first round. I'll go series by series and at least cover a game. So you'll see me every night on here. Again, I know it's just an ugly face scan on that side of it because if I show the TV part of it, it's immediately demonetized. Not that I'm monetized anyway, but there wouldn't be any chance for me to cover any of this stuff. So that's going to be every night, but I'll be back Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We're going to get this last 26 seconds in. Vancouver up 6-2. As Wade Allison gets a shot right on, stopped by Spencer Martin a couple times, and he'll fall on. 17 seconds left. 6-2. Vancouver going to win. Elias Pettersson just netted a couple empty netters. Sheldon Dries he got absolutely worked by Allison. On the right side boards. Again, I apologize to any fans for Vancouver and Philadelphia. I didn't have all the rosters in front of me for this one. This is just a live look-in before we sign up between the Flames and the Rangers. Hopefully, as these teams get better, I'm able to cover them more. Vancouver scores a lot of goals. That makes it fun. Philadelphia, everybody knows on that side, they're rebuilding, so it's going to take some time. Down to 5 seconds. Looks like Vancouver going to win this one at Rogers Arena 6-2 in our last live look-in. And I will see you guys now officially on Monday. We'll get our schedule out sometime between Sunday morning late or Monday night. So I will talk to you guys then. Have a good one, everybody. Peace. Be safe out there. Should I bet on LA? I seen that come across for Pearson. Right now, the score for LA, I think they're way out. Wow, it's 5-5 now. The Coyotes came all the way back. Bet on LA. They can't blow this. They're up 5-1. Oh my goodness. Am I gonna have to check this one out too? I'm trying to close out the stream, but I'm not complaining. It's killing me when it was just a 5-1 game. Go with the LA Kings, and if you lose, send me a message the next time I do the stream on Monday, and you can make fun of me. At John Ryan up. Who's in net? I gotta look. Who's in net right now for the LA Kings? I can't believe it was 5-1. It could be Phoenix Copley. The one issue that the Kings do have is their goaltending is a little bit suspect. Remember, Jonathan Quick's old now, so that kind of puts a little sting on it. You're not going to expect him to carry as much as he always does. 5-5. I can't believe it. So the Kings were up 5-1 at the end of one, and the Arizona Coyotes have scored 4 unanswered. They scored 3 in the third from Clayton Keller twice, Travis Boyd, and Christian Fisher. It's Jonathan Quick in net against Connor Ingram. So I said LA, but if you already put that bet down, then you can't change it because Connor Ingram has not given up a goal in the last 2 games, and he is in now for Vemmelka that was pulled. So Connor Ingram was the one that got the shutout against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So that could prove to be difficult if you already put the money down on that side. You're riding with the Kings? That's what Grayson said. Do you guys want to take a live look at it? Do you want me to hang out? I'll hang out with you if you want. I got nothing else to do besides write the story. Write the story. I think you're gonna sucker me in. All right, I'm hanging out with you. Let me do one thing. I'm gonna get this. I'll get this play-by-play in about 50 seconds. Let me pull up these rosters. I know what the ones are for LA. That shouldn't be an issue. Arizona is the one that's gonna bite me. LA Kings were just right there to score almost on Ingram. They were right on the doorstep. I don't have to do anything until about 4 p.m. Eastern. I got to go out with the missus tomorrow, so I'll be good for the rest of the night here. These games are close. You guys are betting on it. Let's hang out together and have some fun with it. I'm just going to pull up these rosters here.
They're trying to change that point of attack. A good example of the explosion of the inside edge on the right skate of Fiala. Looks like he's going to the middle, ends up going to the outside inside.
If Cooper Hopkins was with me, that'd be something that we usually do. We like to take live looks in on games, especially if they're close. It's fun, get some more practice in, just shoot the shit and stuff and have fun with it. So like we're doing with you guys, so I appreciate it. All right, the Coyotes are going to send this one down. We got 9:09 left to go in this third. This is just going to be me hanging out with you, so there won't be any extra recording on this. This will just have the Rangers and the Flames on that side of it. The game starter is going to follow, but we'll take a light live look in. Is Andre Turning in his second season with Arizona, got 46 points, 7th in the Central Division. Look, I know where Arizona is going to be in the standings. You guys all know that. But on the side of it, they've done really well, and they battle under Turning. And they really showed you that because they were down 5-1 after one. Now it's 5-5. The LA Kings, they need these points. They need to be able to keep pace in the Pacific, especially if the Vegas Golden Knights hold on and win against the Tampa Bay Lightning. As Krause will get this now near the left side of the faceoff dot and flip down. And now Doughty will get this across for Mikey Anderson. Mikey Anderson just signed an 8-year deal with the LA Kings. So he's only 23 years of age. He's locked in right now. So Nick Schmaltz will play this out of their own. And Arizona going to go left to right there in the dark jerseys tonight on the road with the maroon trim on the pants side. As this gets picked up now by Moser off the backhand, Dylan Moser, and that was stopped by Jonathan Quick. He was right on the doorstep with Hayden with him. 8:16 left to go in the third. We go to a commercial break. It's a 5-5 game between Arizona and the LA Kings. It was once a 5-1 lead.
When you own a Ford, you get more than a vehicle. you get the benefit of having your vehicle picked up for service.
Other scores. The Golden Knights and the Lightning are also within a one-goal game. That's another one that I want to look at. So we will see if those finish. These ones might all finish around that same time slot. So these back games at 10:30 Eastern, that's where I'm at on the side of the time zone of Michigan. They've all been good. Looks like the Red Wings 5-game win streak is going to be canceled off by the Kraken. No shame in that. They've been a great team. The one good thing for Detroit is everybody in front of them, in between the Islanders, the Panthers, and the Penguins, all lost today, and the Caps lost. So the Red Wings don't lose anything out of that. If Buffalo won today, that would be something that pulls them even within the Red Wings with the same amount of games. So not the worst thing in the world for Detroit. They got everything to fall in their favor. So upcoming road trip for the LA Kings, it's going to be a little wild. It's Minnesota, New Jersey, the Islanders, the Rangers, and Winnipeg. So they're playing playoff teams all the way across, with the exception of the Islanders, but they're right in the mix. Before the next 5 are against teams that are already in the postseason. At this point, if the season would end today. So 8-16 left to go in the third. This is a face-off win for Schmaltz. We'll try to put this into the middle of the blue paint. This goes up the top of the crossbar, and Jonathan Quick will hold on to the left side of the post as this goes now for Philip Dano. He just tries to flip this one back, and Hutton will make the pass, settle it down. Again, no Jacob Chikrin. They're trying to make sure Arizona can get a deal. They don't want him to get injured before a trade deadline. Otherwise, you can't make a deal. So this stays in the defensive end of the LA Kings, but now they'll try to look to go right to left there in the white jerseys with the chrome reflective helmets. I don't really like those, but those are the ones that they're going with tonight. As this goes now from Mikey Anderson to Drew Dowdy. 7:25 left to go in this third. Mikey Anderson gets the crisscross pass from left to right face-off dot, and this is flipped in by Kevin Fiala. Now Alex Iafallo loses the puck. As this will stay with the Coyotes, they'll flip it in, and Jonathan Quick will hold. He wants to play it, but there's nobody out in front to play it to, and he'll get a face-off. It's going to be an offensive zone draw upcoming here for the Arizona Coyotes. So Jonathan Quick and Philip Dano, they were all around it, but the puck went over the net with 7:12 left to go in this third. Kings get the defensive zone draws. They flip it ahead. It's Andrei Kopitar, and the Coyotes will get back down the ice. Now for Anderson, try to find Andrei Kopitar, as this will be iced. So this will look here for Connor Ingram. We'll take a look at it, but this will go back into the offensive zone in for Arizona Coyotes. 5-5 scoreline. 6:56 left to go in the third. Yeah, I'm sorry to make you sweat bullets there, Karsten. If I knew that Connor Ingram was back in there, I might have told you to flip it on the other side, but it was already too late to commit because Connor Ingram has been good of late. But again, he didn't expect Omelka to give up 5 either. So now Dowdy gets us across as the Kings will gain the red line. And now the Coyotes. They were trailing 4-1. It's 5-5 now. Sealed off alongside the wall. Andrei Kopitar, good 200-foot game. As the captain will play this across, bank it, and try to get picked up here by Byfield as he was turned on the Jets, the second-year player. This stays in for Alex Iafallo. And now Travis Boyd can't keep it in. 6:24 left to go in the third. We're going to neutral zone draw upcoming. 28 shots to 27 in favor of Arizona. It's a 5-5 score line.
First period, it was a 5-man attack. since then it has not been, and of course the game has turned around because of that. So Todd's looking for his group.
Just double checking here on the Golden Knights and the Lightning. That's 4-3. Vegas still has the lead from a 4-2 edge in the first. And then the Lightning scored one in the second. So far, 9:20 left in the third. It's 4-3 on that side. So we'll flip immediately on that side because I have to watch what's going to happen on that if this ends in regulation. So Keller tries to get this off the backhand away from Fiala. And now Arizona in their own end, this Fiala tries to get this D-to-D. The Nick Schmaltz will answer. Take this away for Blake Lizotte. Blake Lizotte, nice body contact near the right side boards. As Hatton tries to get in there as well, away from Nick Schmaltz. And now this will fall back to Mikey Anderson. Now it's Doughty. Doughty slap shots this in across the red line. 5:55 left to go in this third. Couple live look-ins here tonight as we've just covered the Rangers and the Flames. This is LA and Arizona tied at 5. Connor Ingram. He's now in for Connor Vmelka on the side of it, as he hasn't given up one just yet. Bukestad gets it knocked away. Schmaltz. It was centered right to Quick. This went off a stick. There was nobody else off the deflection, and he made the save as it falls all the way back to Troy Stecher in Arizona. Going to take their time and behind Connor Ingram and look to break out. Arizona trying to go left to right as this gets tipped away. Bukestad will slap this around the end boards. There's Jonathan Quick has it now for Bjornfoot. Bjornfoot now for Gabe Villiardi. Now Philip Dano tries to find Villiardi in full flight. Now Dano going to pick it up near the right circle. Still patient with it. One of the exaggerated slapper was Victor Arvidsson, but he never got there in the middle of the slot. Dano keeps this down near the left side circle as the Kings are patient. They're moving this around. It's Bjornfoot. Now back to the D. As this is shot into the traffic, it was stopped by Connor Ingram. Picked up by Bjornfoot. Tobias will throw this across. Kings have the puck possession with Sean Walker as though it was shot the left side of the post. Picked up now by Gabe Villiardi. Try to find Sean Walker off the end boards. He's going to drive the left side of the red line. Is Victor Arvidsson. Now has it. Victor Arvidsson patient. He gets blocked. Keeps it in though. As the Kings keep possession alive. Philip Dano now for Victor Arvidsson. Trying to shield that puck. Centered out in front of the blue paint. And this gets picked up by Brett Ritchie. Ritchie gets it down the ice. They'll all take changes. The Kings forwards and everybody for Arizona is Bjornfoot. As of now. Tobias still patient. 3:55 left to go in this third. Drawn out with a live look in at Crypto.com Arena. It's a 5-5 score line. The Kings were up 5-1. It's now 5-5. 4 unanswered goals for Arizona. Andrei Kopitar, the captain, gets taken off the puck. He lost his footing. Kept alive off the backhand by Trevor Moore. Trevor Moore will spin this around as Mosier has this knocked away from him, but it's still near the left side dot. Travis Boyd loses it. Sends it right to Ingram. 3:31 left to go in the third. Shots are 29 apiece. We go to a commercial break, tied at 5. 3:31 left.
I forgot already. Sasha, all interns must complete the Dunkin' run. Okay. Meredith, iced coffee, milk, no sugar, glazed soda. And? Extra napkin, she's a Libra. Good. Charlie, pass some cream and a hot coffee.
Okay. Ted.
There is no Ted.
Exactly. You got this.
Time for a Dunkin' Run. Add a dollar donut to any medium or larger coffee. America runs on Dunkin'.
Looking for something like this?
Superheroes are everywhere. In our movies, communities, and running our small businesses. And they can go online securely with MasterCard tools, extending their reach far beyond the storefront.
I wonder if this tweet is a little bit cryptic on the Amina Kimes part of it. That said, this is going to give kids false confidence all over across America. I wonder if that's because the dunk contest was that bad. That's got to be what the tweet's about, correct?
Without a doubt. Stick around afterwards for LA Kings on postgame. Presented by Nissan here with Derek Armstrong. What's the message?
A little bit of live looking. I know we finished our game a while ago between the Flames and the Rangers. You guys wanted to hang out? So we're going to go ahead and cover the rest of this between Arizona and the LA Kings. This one's tied at 5, and if we get some extra time in that, we'll go ahead and take a look at the Golden Knights and the Tampa Bay Lightning. A lot of close games right now in the late night. So 3:31 left to go in our contest at Crypto.com Arena and our live look-in. Philip Dano going to get set to take the draw. Grayson says, was the dunk contest that bad? I used to play against Mac McClung in high school basketball. That's very cool, Grayson. I don't know if it was, but I imagine that the tweet that I just read, that was the cryptic one. It said it was going to give kids hope all across America. That was from Mina Kimes, but I know she covers football, but I'm assuming that was about the dunk contest. That's how bad it must have been. So 2:59 left to go in this third. And I believe the LA Kings are going to go to the power play, a tripping on Arizona. And this could give the LA Kings the definitive goal that they needed, although they had 4 of them. Just it depends on when you score it. It's been all Arizona since the first period. This weekend side, again, if Cooper Hopkins isn't available, I'm sure I'll get an NBA assignment after they come back in from the All-Star break. The one thing I will say, though, because, again, I'm 35, so I'm a little bit older, but I still got to watch Michael Jordan in the dunk contest, Dominique Wilkins, Vince Carter, Jason Richardson. Yeah, you guys seen some great dunk contests, but it's just now you got to put players in there, whether it's money incentives or not. It's just, if you don't have anyone in there, hey, you got guys that can shoot threes in the three-point contest. How do you not have guys that can't dunk? It just doesn't make any sense. It's a dunk contest. So this goes back to Jonathan Quick. As you get the Go Kings Go chant at Crypto.com Arena. I wish it was still Staples. I hate that name. As it's picked up now by Kevin Fiala. Try to leave it here for Kempe. It's part of the AAA battery lines out right now between Iafallo, Andrei Kopitar, and Adrian Kempe. So Adrian Kempe gains the entry for Kopitar. Kopitar, nice pass in between the legs as this goes now back to the D2D side. The LA Kings can set up. 1:05 left to go in their power play. 2 minutes left to go in this third period. We are tied at 5. It's Kevin Fiala. Spins this around. It's Kopitar. Kopitar has it now near the left side dot. He's patient. Doughty slaps it, shoots it way high, but this stays off the inboards of Kevin Fiala. He was on the Minnesota Wild last season. Now it's Kopitar near the left dot. He wants to get the pass across. He does. Oh, Fiala missed the net. That would have won the game likely. As this goes back now for Kopitar. Now for Fiala in between the right circle. Fiala from Adrian Kempe. Kempe patient. Now with Fiala, we're still with the right dot. Now in the high slot. It's Fiala in the middle of the circles. This gets blocked before it hit Ingram. Doughty holds the line. 20 seconds left to go in LA's power play. It's been all Kings puck possession. Coyotes gassed. This is a Doughty slap shot bomb. This stays with Doughty as this gets picked back up in the high slot. Fiala. Kings have had this for the whole 2 minutes off the back pass. Doughty wants to get this pass across to the left dot. Another one-timer. That one gets rattled around the inboards and cleared down the ice. And now Arizona with the guy out of the box. We'll get to it first. 48 seconds left as Troy Stecher lost it. 40 seconds now. Stecher with Victor Arvidsson as he gets the steal, gains the LA logo entry now in the offensive end, keeping it alive off the backhand on the left side wall. Now Sean Dursey, Mikey Anderson, now near the right side dot as this was gloved away by Connor Ingram. 20 seconds left to go in the third. It's Nick Ritchie as he lost it. Now the Kings can have it. It's Dano off of a drop pass if they wanted to, but they like to shoot it high. And with 14 seconds left in the third, we're getting close to overtime here, tied at 5. That was a good power play by the LA Kings. They had a lot of shots. and they had a lot of chances. And Connor Ingram was really good. Jack McBain kind of stayed in front there with Patrick Nemeth. We try to block, keep things in front of their goaltender. But we are about 15 seconds away to going to OT. So 16 seconds exactly. It's going to be an LA Kings draw. Game's tied at 5. It was a 4-1 lead. I think 5-1 lead after 1 for the LA Kings. Ever since it's been all Coyotes. It's 5-5 with 16 seconds left in the third. Go Kings go. Filip Chytil tries to win this draw against Hayton. And now the Coyotes, 10 seconds to work with in this third. This will get stolen in the neutral zone. And now we are going to overtime. So 3-on-3 again. It was 3-on-3 in our game between the Flames and the Rangers. How about some more as we get a late live look in? Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We've hit the 3-hour mark on our stream. So it kind of feels like a baseball game now. Looks like the Wings are going to fall. It's 4-2 lead for Seattle with a $1.19 left. Golden Knights, they have a 4-3 lead over the Lightning with 2:45 left. Wonder when the goalie pool is going to come for Tampa. I can't change the channel right now because we're going to OT. You got bets on the line on that side for the YouTube guys, so I'm not going to switch it. You got to see this to the end. I think we're going to miss the Golden Knights and the Lightning, but we'll try to keep that poll live when I see it go live and finish.
But then, slowly but surely, Coyotes clawed their way back in it. 3 goals in the third period have sent us to overtime. The only final in the Pacific Division, Calgary beat the New York Rangers 3-2 in overtime. So they're now on 63 points. But look at that logjam at the top. Vegas in first place. They hold the lead on Tampa Bay.
Yes, they are good games today, Karsten. On the side of it, we've had some good games. We had one on Valentine's Day. The Thursday slate and the Saturday slate have all been good. Those were games that you expected to be good against primetime matchups, and they've all delivered. That's what you like. There's one thing when you go to hope that they'll be good, and sometimes you don't get what you expect. But from the days on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, when you had some of these primetime ones, they've all fit the bill. So Connor Ingram, 18 saves on 18 shots, was replacing Carl Vejmelka in the first period. Vejmelka and Connor Ingram were all products of the Nashville Predators because they have Jussi Saros. They could afford to let both of them go, but both really good goaltenders. Now they both are Arizona property. So Kopitar, Kempe, and Doughty will be the 3 that are on the ice for the LA Kings. They're going to be going left to right in this overtime. Again, it's sudden death. If they don't get a goal up this 5-minute overtime, we're going to a shootout. And Kempe will pull and drag. This will go back to the D side. Doughty gets us across for Kopitar near the right dot. It's Doughty. He's holding the line in the high slot. Now he's going to pull back. So good defense by Arizona, Nick Schmaltz. But it's Kempe. Kempe and Kopitar. Kempe with the drag. And that was saved by Ingram. He's going to play it, though. So now right to left will be the Arizona Coyotes when they can get situated. As Marcelli has it now. With 4:10 left to go in this OT. It's 3-on-3. If we don't get a goal, we're going to go to a shootout. Now Arizona will gain the offensive end as this gets knocked away. And now Nick Ritchie will have to skate all the way back. It's Kevin Fiala. Can he win the foot race? As this will get picked up, and Stetcher will get in his face. Marcelli has it now near the right side of the red line. And Arizona will spin. They'll go ahead and get their changes. They got puck possession with 3:40 left to go in this OT. Marcelli still has it. He's going to drop it here for Bjorkstrand. Off the front of the mask of Jonathan Quick, and now it is a 3-on-2 developing. Here's a chance. Dano wants the cross pass. They like to shoot it instead, and Kevin Fiala gets denied by Connor Ingram. And now Filip Chytil will drop it for Sean Durzi. 3:15 left to go in this OT. Durzi gains the red line. It's a chance for Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson in the middle of the circles with a big bomb. And that one goes to the right side of the wall. Picked up now by Iafallo. He could skate it all out off the backhand forehand. Gets denied. Keeps this alongside the red line before it goes in. But a tripping call against the Coyotes. And just like it was in the game that we covered in between the Flames and the Rangers, it was a costly penalty the other way. That was a goal in overtime. Alexei Iafallo gets tripped by Bukestad. Nick Bukestad commits the trip on Alexei Iafallo, and it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play for the LA Kings. They were up comfortably 5-1. That's 5-5. And now it's an OT as Nick Bukestad goes to the box. 2:59 left to go in the overtime. I imagine this is going to be a timeout here for, I would imagine, Andre Tierney, because he wants to make sure that his team is not breathing too hard after they're going to have to go ahead and kill this penalty. But this will be for the LA Kings. So who will get this going here for Todd McClelland's squad? 2:59 left to go in this overtime. It's going to be a timeout again for Todd McClelland. 5-5 is the score line. Can the LA Kings hold and get these 2 points that were once comfortable and now they're not? Arizona had no business getting one of them. They have a chance to get 2. 2:59 in this overtime. LA Kings in the power play. Kopitar set to take the draw in the monochrome helmets here for the LA Kings. Kopitar trying to get this in between the skates alongside with Adrian Kempe. Kopitar now near the left side wall as this gets back from Jersey. Now Doughty. Doughty now near the left circle. Slap pass Fiala. Back from Kempe. Fiala sets it up for Kempe off the right pad of Connor Ingram. As that was a good design. Good shoulder save. Kopitar now near the right dot as this goes high. Kopitar from Doughty. They get the crisscross. Doughty holding. He's patient. It's Kevin Fiala. Fiala gets it back from Doughty. He's in the high slot now. 2:20 left to go in this overtime. $1:20 left to go in LA's power play. Kempe try to settle it down. Still remains patient near the right side faceoff dot. Oh, crisscross now in the high slot. Kempe still with it. He wristed it all the way through, but it hit off the right side of the wall. He was able to walk in, but he just missed it. Fiala, his pass gets deflected by Ingram, stays with Kempe, and now Fiala. They'll let it go. This gets tipped by Kopitar, but it goes wide. Doughty trying to save it. Kempe gets to it. Can he get the cross pass to Doughty? No, he stays patient in the middle of circles. Now fires it wide off the one-timer, but this stays in with the Kings. This looks a lot like the Flames power play. As they scored on it, the LA Kings want to score now to survive a 5-1, and where they were up, and now it's 5-5. This is a chance for Fiala. Probably a little tired. Stays in the high slot. We'll get it back. This gets set up off the one slap pass, and now Kempe picks it up near the right circle. And the high slot Fiala as that shot goes wide. It still stays with Kempe. 20 seconds left to go. Doughty has it. Slap pass for Fiala. Now Kempe picks it up. Now it goes back for Kopitar. Kopitar still will spin this around the inboards. Now for Kempe. Arizona's got to be tired as well, as it's Fiala near the right circle. He'll drag in the middle of the slot. Keep it alive off the backhand. And that one goes wide for Fiala. And now down the ice. This could be Bukestad out of the box, shorthanded. And now we're back to 4-on-4 unless we get a stoppage. Here's Matt Roy. His shot off the right side pad of Connor Ingram. Now down to 40 seconds. Crazy game right now between these two. It's Victor Arvidsson. He's able to walk in the middle of the circles, trying to keep it alive. He's just going backhand, forehand, keeping this puck possession. Now Filip Dano using that body near the right side of the red line. Arvidsson still trying to wait in case the puck goes back, and now Nick Bukestad will play this back to Monticelli, and now Moser out there as well. It's Clayton Keller. We'll get the handoff for Moser. Clayton Keller will try to find this near the left side of the red line. Picked up by Jersey as he's going to flip it back around. Now down to 8 seconds in the OT. Moser gets the bump. Coyotes Tried to center this at the middle of the boards. They're going to run out of time. We're going to a shootout. 5-5.
So the opportunity is certainly there. The movement was there. This comes after the power play. So the best chances by there right there down low. You see the stick extension. That did the job there of Fiala because it looked like he was going to have a putback. There's the best one right there. We talked about this all game where the cross ice passes, the lateral passes, and you've got to elevate. Well, Kempe gets the one-timer, he elevates. Big square shoulders by Ingram to make the save. And now you go into a shootout where the other team's goaltender's been red hot.
Has he? 22 saves for Ingram in relief tonight. He was claimed on waivers by Arizona from the Nashville Predators at the end of training camp. Last year in the postseason with Nashville, he had a heroic performance for the Predators. UC Saros was hurt. The Preds faced.
So we'll see who goes first here for Arizona. That I'm not as familiar with. If they choose to go first. Again, you would think Nick Schmaltz, Nick Bukestad, maybe Lawson Krause. Those are some of their better forwards that they have. But this is a team, even though they're 19, 28, and 8, they don't have a lot of top-tier talent, but they're always a pain in the butt to play against. And that's what the LA Kings know right now. With 5-1 win, it's 5-5 into a shootout. So Jonathan Quick, he was in the whole time. So Gabe Velarde is going to be set to take the first shot here for the LA Kings. So the home team will go first, and you need to score because if you don't, that gives the road team an advantage, and that's the situation for Arizona Coyotes. So we went from a 5-1 game, as we said. Now can the LA Kings get 2 points in the shootout? Here's Gabe Velarde. He's going to go near the left side dot. He's going to work his way in the circles off backhand forehand, scores! And Gabe Velarde gets the Kings on the board first in the shootout. It's 1-0. That was as easy as you like. Series of stick handles off the backhand forehand as he worked his way in the middle of the slot. It got Connor Ingram clean as he already went down to the butterfly. And who was first? It's Nick Schmaltz for the Arizona Coyotes. 11 out of 26. Now toward the right side dot. Still off his forehand. Patient off the toe drag. And that was stick saved by Jonathan Quick. He might have had to beat him at the last second, but he did. He reached back and he stopped it with the paddle of the goal stick. He saved it with the paddle of the goal stick, Jonathan Quick. He kept it toward the right side of the bar and went off the paddle. So Adrian Kempe has a chance to give the Kings a 2-0 lead. That would put Arizona in dire straits. Kempe going to like to take the right dot. Work his way to the middle of the slot. Scores 5-hole. And the LA Kings have a 2-0 lead in the shootout. They're in the driver's seat. If Jonathan Quick gets one more save, it's over. He beats it 5-hole clean. Connor Ingram, no chance. That was the Red Sea, the 5-hole there. So Nick Bukestad's the last hope for Arizona. And LA can save their 2 points, but this will take overtime, but they're not going to care about that. Bukestad to keep it going. This is the net. And the LA Kings survive. They were up 5-1, but they'll take a 6-5 win in the shootout. I appreciate you guys following along. I've had a lot of fun. Can't really call any more games because I'm probably going to go ahead and lose my voice. So Grayson says, thank you for the lunch money, John. I appreciate that anytime, my friend. I will talk to you guys on Monday. Be safe out there.